I'm It seems like you're wrapping up. I'm here whenever you need assistance. Have a wonderful day. Hi there. It sounds like you're setting up already.
Studio mode. There we go. How about this? Can you see me? Can you see me? I mean, it's not. I don't know. Maybe let's just unplug this. Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Where am I? I guess I'm not here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my God, my hair doesn't look that good. Can you hear me? I'm worried about his high blood pressure. Yeah, he needs to see a real doctor and get it into check. Thank you, JDM. The answer is no, no, yes, yes. Yes, no, yes, yes. We can hear you. Thank you, Kinsey. Can anybody else hear me? Loud and clear. All right, I didn't think you could hear me. I sound like an insane person. I sound like an insane person. You know, how many viewers do we have? This has 8 viewers here, and it's not 8. Is it 8? Is it 8? Have you just got up? No, no, no. I've been up since 12. I've been up since 12. 26. Okay, we're doing great. We're doing great. We're doing great. We're doing great. Hiya. I've come combing my hair. Tommy, can you hear me? I went away. Tommy, can you see me? Tommy, what a great album that was. Does it go this way or does it go the other way? Which way does my hair go? I don't even know. I don't even know. This is a recent phenomenon. This is what happens when you get older. You got this thing this way. Beautiful, Lewis. Thank you, Kerry. I'm glad you're okay. I am okay. We're doing great. And you walk off. Don't come back, Lucy. Come back. Anyway, Catherine Williams says she's 26. That's really great. Now we're up to 28 because I went and I viewed the analytics because I should be able to see this on my screen, but my son, who should be helping me, is not helping me. He's working, and I think he's upset because I have. Why is he upset? He's upset because I'm taking over his time, basically. Are you joining me on Lewis Schaffer Twitter? Anyway, I'm not going to like this stream though till we are almost 20 minutes in, and I can judge the quality of the show. Yeah, because the last 3 days there's been some rocky moments, and I've fallen asleep in a couple of them. I've taken the pills today. I've taken 5 or 6 days of losartan, and I'm not happy about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that I'm taking these pills. I don't know what they do. I don't trust mainstream medicine. Okay, but what the good news is that my mood is good today. Why the pills? I've got high blood pressure. Why? Have they investigated why I've had high blood pressure? Every one of you has high blood pressure. And look at me. Look at how thin I am. I shouldn't have high blood pressure. Oh, no, we're not going to look at that. I mean, I woke up I've decided that I want to be super, super thin. Super, super thin. Like a few of you people on this thing, then not everybody is fat. I want to be super thin. And because I think it'll lower my blood pressure. Totally agree with Lewis in regards to the pills. Yeah, I don't trust the pills. And I hadn't taken any pills for 4 years. No pills. No pills. But my blood pressure has been historically high. I mean, it was high 45 years ago when I was 22 years old. You are the best of the blood. You are on the best. Well, that's what they say losartan is. I took Ramipril, and I took amlodipine. Anyway, because I've always had high blood pressure, and they never stopped and said, "Hey, Lewis, let's try to figure out what's causing your high blood pressure. Let's figure it out." Okay, they never did. They just said, "Oh, you've got high blood pressure. Here you are." It's like you going in there having a heart attack. You take this pill, or even simpler. Let's say you come in. You've got bruises all over your body. They say, well, take this pill for bruises. Okay? Are the pills in date, Simon Arnold? Thank you very much, Simon. I'm going to send you a message, but not right now. Kerry Mack. Hey, Kerry. Kerry, are you new to us? I'm so glad to see you on this podcast and see you on GB News. I hope so, too. Hope I don't get driven off of off of GB News because of the disabilities people are upset with me because I made a joke, which, maybe it wasn't a good joke, but whatever. I just wouldn't watch without you. Yes. Okay. I just like to say hello, and that you are great. Kerry, I say hello. Let's give Kerry a round of applause. Thank you, Kerry, for saying I'm great. That's why I'm doing this show. It's not for you, the people. Well, I don't care about you. It's about me. It's about getting some feedback because I didn't get enough love and attention from my manic depressive mother, as lots of people didn't get enough love. I mean, even though I did realize she loved me. She did love me. She was under a lot of pressure when she moved to that upper middle class community from one of the poorest parts of Brooklyn with my father. Not that my father was upper middle class, but whatever he was. But the community was quite rich. Great Neck, Long Island, New York. Do we think high is the real problem, or pharma lead problem like cholesterol and statins? Catherine Wilson, it's so good to see you. Welcome to the show. The answer is that is the question. I think it's pharma because they're able to lower blood pressure as if that means something. Lewis just needs attention. Thank you, Mark, as you all do too. I try to give you as much attention as I can, and some, if you send me a picture of yourself, I'll give you more attention. I'll give you attention. I'm talking about men and women. Mark, I'll give you attention. Simon, I'll give you attention. Salt makes it worse. There's a debate about salt, whether it makes it worse. Claire says, I love giving Lewis attention. That is what I want, is attention. I want to give you people attention. We don't get enough attention in this world because we live in the deep state, which sends us to public schools being taught by people who don't love us when we should be home. We should not be going to public education until you're 7 or 8 or whatever age you are. We could discuss that too. I didn't even make notes about what our show was going to be because I was talking to my friend John, who actually sells AI stuff. Actually, he's a master salesman. He's like in his 50s. He's getting a job with lots and lots of money. But he's a salesman and also a comedian. He wants to be more of a comedian. He wants to be more. The answer, is that the question? What does that mean? The answer. Who are you speaking to, Lucy? Can you please tell us who you're speaking to? It does, period. I hate salt. I am on my keto diet as well. 35 people, according to Alan Williams. Pete, that's so true. You know what it is? I don't put salt on my food as much as I used to. Very little salt. There's salt in butter, and if I have bacon, there's salt. But basically, no, number one. Ian says, I love the females in my life, but they wear me out. Yeah, that's what's good about it. You want to be worn out by a female. They're very energetic, most women. And if they're not energetic, they're sitting there thinking of things to be energetic. Anyway, the point is, what were we discussing? We're going to discuss the disability thing, right? We're going to discuss the weight thing. I woke up today. I weighed 80.1 kg, considering 2 days ago I weighed 81.3 because I had a lot of salt. So I do actually think people forget you are a comedian and take what you say too seriously. Yes, yeah. They do think that. But I want you to know this. This is what the problem is, Kerry Mack. Where are you from, Kerry? Is that people, yeah. I think my problem is not that I'm a comedian, is that I've got differing views. I'm psychologically damaged. So, okay, Pete's transport is 80.9. Well, let's weigh ourselves every day if you can. Anyway, everything I say I'm serious about. Will I believe it in a minute after I say it? Maybe not. I mean, people mistake it. They mistake it. And there are some people who are so psychologically damaged, they think I'm, Laughing Saturn lost 2 pounds last week and nothing this week. Well, next week you'll be back on track. You'll be back on track. The week is over. We're ready for the new week to begin right now. They took what I say seriously. What did I do, Lewis, on American Independence Day? I spoke to you, Carrie, if you remember that correctly. I was here. I didn't do anything. I'm not as busy as I used to be. I used to be so busy. I did my ex-girlfriend, Rose, came over and talked to me, and she said we're still friends. And so that's really good news. That's real, and she's beautiful and lovely, and that's really good news. So there you go. You're best when you're serious. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Lucy put on half a pound, so that's about 200 grams. Okay, Lucy, thank you for the honesty there. Yeah. So what were we saying? So about the we could talk about Rose. She's a great girl. She suggested we could do maybe a live stream of like X's hour or something like that. I don't remember what she called it, but it was brilliant. A bit jealous of Rose. I wouldn't be jealous of Rose. She actually knows me. She likes me, but I don't think she likes me in that way. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I want to be with Lewis all the time, Kerry P. But you wouldn't want that. It can be a good idea to be friends. Can be helpful. Joe, yeah, friends. I mean, I wasn't unfriends with her. I just realized I think she found out how old I was, and I'm not, you have to be a certain age to want to go out with me, I think. Anyway, well, I find I agree with the majority of what you say. This is what Kerry Mack says. Thank you, Kerry. And I also enjoy the jokes, too. You really do make me laugh and smile. That is so lovely, Kerry Mack. Thank you very much. Is Rose jealous of you? Is she jealous of people that I speak to? Good evening, Mrs. Schaffer, says Leanne. Is she jealous? She might be. I don't know. I don't think she is. She's got, she could be a bit jealous of me. I don't know. She jealous, not jealous of you. She's envious. Okay. That's a really good question. Kara, I don't know. I don't think she's jealous of you personally. She has not mentioned you, but she might be. What's the age you have to be to want to go out with you? Well, a lot of younger women want to go out with me because they don't realize how old I am and they just want to have a good time. And that's wrong. Okay? Leanne. This is what Leanne. I would say the best age for me would probably be about 42, 45, 50, 60, 70. That's what I'm saying. What do you think? What do you think? What is a good age to want to go out? It's basically somewhat, I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder what Rose would think if you had a new girlfriend. I don't know. She's. You know how women are. They want what somebody else doesn't want. I mean, she'd be okay with it. She would be okay with it. Maybe. I don't know if she would be okay with it. I think it would be wrong if it was a young woman again. It would be wrong. I really miss seeing all the comedians together on GB News. I think you should all get together sometime and do a podcast. I think that, yeah, you could go. I think my friend, what's his name, has a podcast. Oh, my memory is so bad when I have to come up with these names. It feels like I don't like him. Haven't you told her about me, Lewis? No, I haven't. I should tell her about you and all you girls, all the group girls. We'll all go out together. You look good for your age, mate. Thank you, JDM. I was told today by my friend John that I look gray. I look gray. Do I look gray? I feel like I look. Maybe turn the light on. Maybe it needs a better light. Better light. I mean, this basically has become like a love-in session for me. I'm going to lower now. You don't want a 70-year-old. Just saying, Lewis. But you ain't there yet. I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah. No. I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah. You have the same memory problem, Pete's Transport. Comedy and seriousness. It's a very thin line. And this thing with the disability people, they didn't see the line, and they loved just telling me I was a Nazi and I had pictures of Himmler on my wall. They love that. And I'm saying to them, you're talking to the wrong guy. And we're all disabled. Raise your hand if you're disabled. We all are. I'm stage 3 chronic kidney disease. I've got high blood pressure. I've got high cholesterol. I watched Taken for the first time yesterday. Have I seen any good films? No. 41, half your age plus 7 is the rule. But I would say 55 for me. Half my age plus 7 Is that what it should be? Wait a second, that's 34. Yeah, 41. Yeah, can't even make jokes about this thing. But that's a good age, Lewis. So you watch Taken? Is that the TV show? People have told me about Taken. I'm back to writing stuff down. Thank you very much, Alan Williams. Alan Williams. Are you good looking, Alan? Are you good looking? Are you thin? Are you thin? Good looking. Sadly, yes, leg issue from epidural. But hey, yeah. We all have our disabilities. I'm stage 3 chronic kidney disease too, but doctor said it was from the high protein diet because he's a fucking liar. Sorry, I didn't say that. He's a liar. I don't know if it is. That's what they say to me. They got to. So I'm monitoring this thing. I'm monitoring my thing. The father of my daughter's 49 when I was 25. Yeah, and then you divorced him. You broke his heart. And now how old he is? He's like 70 years old now, right? Because your kid is, how old is Claire? How old is the father of your daughter, who is 24 years age difference? Well, for the problems that I have, you look good. Can we use up? You're relatively new to. Are you relatively new to the channel? You know we've got to work on our punctuation. Okay. Well, comma, for the problems you have, comma, you look good. Period. People are just too jealous and wokey these days. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They see me on TV. Maybe I should have shaved. I look a bit rough. Do I look rough? I have a disabled badge and on chemo, and thought it was funny when you said we could be shot. And I thought it was funny when I said, is that a bit extreme? Knowing it's a bit extreme. And they got really upset. Hey, Rianne Baston, and welcome to the show. This is a brand new person. What kind of name is that? Is that like a French Welsh name, Rianne? Rianne, are you a girl or a boy? Variety is the spice of life. Your diet is too restricted. Well, it's too restricted. It's not restricted. It's too restricted. Yeah. I want to die. Jeremy Kyle announced on Talk TV he has one ball. Miss headlines. Did he say that, Daddy Bannister? Jerome Kyle. Who's Jerome Kyle? Is that Jeremy Kyle? Do you mean Jeremy Kyle? Wow. So, Lewis, okay. The father of my daughter was 72, I think. He died 2 years ago. Oh, that's sad. Well, that's what was said to me. They said to me they couldn't be married to me because I was going to die. No, that's not what she said. She said I was going to live forever. That's exactly what she said. You're Welsh. I knew it was Welsh. Did I say it was Welsh, Rianne? How old are you? Are you a girl? Are you a girl? And are you prepared to be flirted with by Lewis Schaffer? Okay. One ball is better than no balls. Yeah. I mean, I've been tested. All that stuff down there has been tested. I've been tested, and it has not. I didn't even need to be tested. It's not. I'm not good down there. I'm not good down there. It's not pumping. Anyway, I'm not okay. I love older men. My favorite one is Dr. Schaffer here. All right, that's what I like to hear. That's what you're gonna have to fight over me, Claire. Is 36 too young for you, Claire? Say, are you 36? Is Mark Thorosian too young? Okay, Lewis, you are hot. That's what's wrong with Lewis Schaffer. This is wrong. Me trying to get women to say that they want me and find me sexually attractive. And even the guys, too. Jeremy Kyle has one ball, but no brain. Here's what we need to do. We need to be low carb, right? That's the most important thing, low carb. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Lose signal for 2 minutes, and it takes me 10 to catch up. Yeah, that's what this is. That's why we don't want too many more people. How many people are watching? We're doing great. I knew somebody like you, nice looking and funny, but just impossible. Yeah, I'm impossible. Because people think 36 people, okay, that's good. People think that this is a joke, that what I'm doing is like, oh, he's just acting this out. You've seen me. I've been doing this for 25 days, hours and hours of this. What are you going to do with all these women if it's not working? Yeah, what am I going to do? Well, I'm hoping, you don't expect to have children, maybe. I'm hoping you'll settle for a cuddle, all of you. I don't know. I'm hoping you'll, delegate. What does that mean, delegate? That's a good question. What am I going to do? Turn up the volume, please. Is it not loud enough? Hard of listen. You're hearing louse. Can you all hear what I'm saying, everybody? Can you hear what I'm saying? Same as I've ever done. Basically, even when I was working quite well, I wasn't that interested in the thing. Men are not boys. Okay, can you hear me now? Claire says, can I be the first in the cuddle queue, Lewis? Okay. I mean, just because you said that, you maybe yes, but if there's anybody else who wants to be first in the cuddle queue, you'll have to, fight it out, I think. So there, yeah. I mean, you look at guys and you think, my problem is I'm 68 years old. That's too old. Okay, number 2. Daddy Bannister is number 2. You're going to have to fight with Daddy Bannister. He's number 2. And what's good about going out with a guy, you can say, we're just friends. I'll be the last, please. It will last longer. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about last. It'll last longer. Man hug coming down the net. I'm giving you a big cuddle, Pete's Transport. I'm giving all a big cuddle. I'll join the queue to give you a reach around. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we all need it. And you know what? Even if we're not having maybe if we're not having that kind of contact, we could still hang out with each other and love each other. Make those jokes, Bubble. We got 42 people watching. That's brilliant. Because I was going over the list. I went through the last 5 or 7, and we've been over 50 people, 50 to 60 people every single show. I love this conversation. I love how this conversation went from serious to everyone wanting to cuddle Lewis. The joys of conversation. Am I going to get on trouble from the gay community because I haven't said that I'm gay and I'm accepting cuddles from Pete's Transport and all the other guys? Just buy a body pillow. Yeah. It's not the same thing. Humans are good. And you know what? Humans are good. Are we all good? I love all these chat people. Yeah, they're all good. Cuddles are important. No, I didn't mean it like that. But no. That's what Kerry Mack says. Okay. The joys of conversation. Okay, so here's the point. We're going to talk about disability. What else are we going to talk about besides disability? The weight thing. We're going to talk about that. What else are we going to talk about? We have to have some kind of, because I was thinking that the show needs more content because I've been listening to it, but then I played it for my friend John. He's not super critical, but he said it was interesting enough. It was interesting enough. Setting the bar low for your lad, Daddy Bannister. Claire. Alan loves Claire. I mean, we don't know what people look like, but they even if they don't look, they all look good. That's why let's all be thin. How much are strawberries at Wimbledon? Well, I went to Wimbledon the other day. I didn't get tickets. We didn't want tickets. My friends, we went to the museum. But could we discuss that? Why? Do you know the answer to that, Leanne? Sorry for the bad explanation. I don't even know what it was. Lewis, I walked 6,000 steps today, and I'm still fat. Help. Well, I'm walking about 15,000 steps a day, and I don't feel that great. But it's good you're doing something. But too much exercise is not that good. Can we not talk about disability? Just weight stuff, lifestyle, and our favorite films. People love the favorite films. The problem is the favorite films that you're mentioning, I haven't seen. Because you're relatively young. You're talking about ones that are like 15, 20 years old. And I haven't been to the movies in a really long time. 50 to 60 watching consistently.
There we go.
And no one knows about this yet. Just wait till the stream is known about by your swaths of fans. This is Nate Virgo says this. And when YouTube algorithm pumps it out, well, maybe they're not pumping it out because there's been a bit of cursing. I want to discuss yesterday because I got mad at my son for cursing on the air. And I was a bit upset by that. And I shouldn't be upset with that. He's a lovely boy. It's £2.70 for strawberries. It is not. Where? At Wimbledon? £2.70? What can you buy for £2.70? Apparently £9 for 6. I think I might ask for a child's portion. How many would you get? Would you get any of them? We could talk about tennis because you people love. Are we missing a big tennis match right now? And what time should we be on? What time should we podcast? What do you think? Question. What time? Wimbledon now. It's important at times. But so let's ask that. Let's not talk about the fluency, Daddy Bannister. Let's not. I shouldn't even mention it. It's probably £10 at Wimbledon. Yeah, things are so much money. And that's for rich people. Imagine, you go around. What is so expensive? Trains are expensive. Food, restaurants, beer. We're talking about my friend. Pints are £8 for a pint in London. How much are they up there? It's so expensive. I watched Total Recall at the Odeon West End when it was released. Thank you, Simon. Did anybody care about that, Simon? Should we be broadcast at 11 p.m., Kerry says. Kerry says 11 p.m. Have you seen Remains of the Day and Death in Venice? My favorites anyway. Yes, I remember hearing about that. It was about the class system or something. And it was about unrequited love, Remains of the Day. We could discuss that. Films, Remains of the Day. Let's not discuss it now because let's just get a list of things we can discuss. Remains of the Day. Don't talk about that now. We'll talk about it later. Swearing is fine. It will make a slight difference once you're monitorized. But there are always ways around it. Well, you know how Lewis Schaffer is. There's no ways around it. I'm not. I'm not. Trains are mad expensive. Just go in my car. Yeah, let's go in your car. Come pick us up. I hope the earplugs are helping. Hi, Rianne. Thank you, Claire, for saying that. Hi, Rianne. Am we pronouncing your name right, Rianne? Rianne? Or is it some Welsh name? I didn't mean that as an insult. I love the Welsh. AirPods, okay. I did think that Death in Venice I think I did Death in Venice in my disastrous German A-level laugh. Death in Venice. That's an old film. Yeah, I love the Odeon. Odeedum. They had all the old Chinook heliports. I don't know what that means. Is that a reference to something in the 1960s? £1.90 a pint in Spain, £6 to £7 at home. Robbery. They don't. You know what it is? They don't want people to drink to live in this country. They want to get us out of the country. They hate the people. Mad Max was another great one. Road Warrior. These are good films. They're not my favorite films, but that was a good film. Okay. Hi, I'm new. Hey, Carrots. A round of applause to Carrots for being new. Good to see you. Thank you, Carrots. Meet everybody in the group. It sounds like a group, but it shouldn't be a group. Why am I making it a group? It's the Lewis Schaffer Livestream helicopter. That's what this show's about. It's not about you watching. It's about me, Lewis Schaffer, just talking to this. I'm talking to you, but basically, who am I talking to? Thomas Mann. Really dark, so not so great comedy. Thomas Mann. Yeah. Cheaper to fly to Spain for a night out. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. If it's £50 to fly to Spain round trip. Carrots has terrible pronunciation, though. That's one of the rules. Meet Kerry P. She's great. The ending of Death in Venice is so sad. Am I gonna have to watch that film, Death in Venice? Death in Venice. What, she died of cancer or something? Stay away from vegetarians, rabbits, etc. Purple carrots. Purple carrots, purple carrots. Where are you from, Carrots? Oh, look at that. You got carrots coming out here. That's amazing. That's so good. That's so good. We'll meet Kinsey and Slumbert. He's from Denmark. Hi, Lewis. I like it when you made the Welsh throat sound. It reminds me of Darren in Northern Ireland. I meant that as a nice way. And Justice for All. I saw that years and years ago. 1979. That's one of the worst films ever made, supposedly. Al Pacino was a good. That's when the film was made, and just was a good film. Lewis, what type of music do you like? Remember, when you ask a question, you got to tell me what you like. We can discuss music. I'm not a big, because I can't play the music. I played the music. Remember when I played the music, and they said to me, you can't play the music, and they sent me a letter. They say this is a warning. Do not play that again. I love disco. Yeah, I do love disco. I don't love it as much as angry punk rock music, but I do love disco. And I love Al Pacino. Look at that. Claire says she loves Al Pacino. Who is my favorite artist? So the rule about saying, if you're asking me a question, you've got to say what your own opinion is, because you want to tell me what your opinion is. Or you could say, you know what, I've never thought about this before, but I've been thinking about music. What kind of music should I listen to? Right? Just booking into a hotel to see you all in about 20 minutes. Yeah, book yourself. There's no hotels. I think there's a new travel lodge in Peckham, but it's so dirty down there. I like punk and ska. Well, that's very British of you. Braveheart is my favorite film. You watched it so many times. Film ever, Lewis. I've watched it so many times. Punctuation, Kerry P. What's your favorite film? I've got a few favorite films. Thank you very much for asking that question. My favorite film might be Groundhog Day. In fact, you like almost most music. There's some really good music out there, but I like angry white people music, punk music. Also I like music from the 60s. I like music from the 90s, the sort of newish type punk music. Sorry, everyone, for punctuation, not very well read. Did you spell that wrong, R-E-D? What did you say, Lucy? Lucy said he loves 1980s Euro music. I do. I like, some of it, not all of it. Okay. And I know the Buzzcocks. Who doesn't love the Buzzcocks? Buzzcocks. I believe in the shape of things to come, and I believe. Yeah. Am I allowed to sing it? Can they tell that I'm singing the song? I don't even know. Are we allowed to sing a song? That's crazy. John Cale. Yeah. Yeah, John Cale. That's old school. Yes. I love John Cale. And I love John Cage, too. I know Lewis, says Kerry P. Don't tell everybody you know me. No one needs to know that you know me. We just keep that a secret. I don't know what happened to the text. Oh, you don't know because you didn't put a pronunciation in. It says, I know Lewis. Do we know each other? Yes. Lucy's laughing. Who are you laughing at, Lucy? Punctuation. And put the names of who the people we're talking to. Lucy's such a bad girl. She doesn't want to obey the rules. That's what Lucy is. You think she's like, a very obedient girl. No, she's a rebel. Shakin' Stevens. No, don't like Shakin' Stevens. Are they related to Paul Cox? Who's related? I like classical, ambient, and heavy metal. Note my Oxford comma. Yeah, it's a good comma to have. Roadhouse, that's a classic, I think. I don't know Roadhouse, Kerry. There is a way to listen to music. They are on reaction videos to songs and albums. They are okay because you're giving the people that you're listening to all the money. That's what it is. That's a reaction video, right, Nate Virgo? Lewis says, I'm a number one. Okay, well, thank you. Where are you from, Carrot? Because I think you're going to be a very good listener to this show. I've seen lots of punk bands. Exploited, Sham 69 I love. That's a great song. Borstal Breakout, right? Isn't that Sham 69? UK Subs, 1999. What are some others? So remember, that's my era. The early 70s. I was 17 years old in 1974, 18 in 1975. 1960's music was probably some of the best that was produced. Yeah. Because we didn't have anything except the radio playing music. We didn't have Lewis Schaffer on Livestream. That's why it was some of the, music. Rule 39, Lucy. Yes, these are rules. You got to pay attention to the rules. Gibbs again. Barry Gibb was great. All the Gibbs, the three Gibbs brothers, they were murdered in an American hospital. One of them was murdered. He was in a super expensive hospital. He was murdered. He wasn't even fat. That's how you know he was murdered. I have to leave. No, that's one of the rules, Kerry Mack. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, you'll be back on. We'll see you again soon because these shows go for about an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. It's been great to be here and chat. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much, Kerry. In the future, In the future, you don't need to say goodbye. Nobody needs to say goodbye because it hurts me, because my mother went to a mental hospital when I was a child, and it really, I've always had major abandonment issues. That's why I'm in here, and that's why when you say, I really like you, Lewis, it means so much to me. It shouldn't be that way. Should it be that way? It shouldn't be that way. But that's what it means to me. That's why when Claire says, I love you, whatever, it means so much. When Lucy tolerates me, it means so much. Okay, right. Bob Newhart, etc., made comedic vinyl records. Yeah, he did back in the day. He was brilliant, Bob Newhart, 1960s, early 1960s. Okay. Claire says, I like some folk music. Yeah, some folk music is good. I mean, I like Bob Dylan when he was folk, and I liked him when he became rock. And I liked him 20 years ago. And I like him now. I don't like all the things, but I like him now. And, maybe because he's one of my people. I totally agree. Who's a pretentious brat, Mark? Okay. Kerry P., who says he's a pretentious person? More cushions, mummy. More cushions. I don't know what that's from. Pete goes, Lewis, the punk era was my era too, as I'm the only 1 year behind you. And I think you got, it's not that you got the punk music sooner. I think your punk music was on the TV sooner, right? We got punk music maybe a year later, I started to listen to punk in 76. I mean, who doesn't love the Ramones? They're incredible. Dylan and Leonard Cohen, the best ever. Leonard Cohen, the best ever. Yeah, sad. Dylan, amazing. Dylan. And they're Jews. And just remind yourself, these are Jews. They're saying Jews are bad. And these are Jews. Okay? Not that other people are bad or other people, but that's what you have to remind yourself. There are good people everywhere. The GB News ads drives me nuts. Why is the GB News not a bad ad? Okay, you're saying there's no room for two, Kerry. Is this about me? Anyway, Rose is bad enough. What does that mean? There's no room in my flat for you? There could be room. Rose didn't like that both my kids were here and she was here and 4 people here. I adore Leonard Cohen. Lewis looks a lot like him. You've said that before, Claire, and I believe you. I look a lot like Leonard Cohen. I mean, he had a tremendous story. He went into a convent to not do any work. And then his girlfriend / manager stole all of his money. And so when he was in his 70s, he had to go back to work. Back to work. That's sort of like Lewis Schaffer. I took about 10 years off when I was having psychological problems with how many people are watching, by the way? And I had psychological problems with being divorced. It was like really destroyed me. And I didn't do any comedy. And then I started up again. And then I took a break, 38, and then I started up again. The GB News ads are dreadful. Well, all ads are going to be dreadful. I was referring to an advert on GB News regarding furniture. It has an annoying child in it. Yeah, because these aren't the best commercials because they're not the biggest company. 42 people, Simon Arnold says. I like if you see her, say hello, and Sarah. Oh, these are the Bob Dylan songs. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Lewis, I read Leonard Cohen's biography. I maybe should read that. Yeah. Hey there. Let's see. Oh, thank you, John Van Dam. There's only 16 likes. Please like this thing. Jared M. has just subscribed. Thank you, Jared M. I really appreciate that. All children that don't personally own are annoying. That you personally don't own are annoying. Well, they own you, children. They own you. You don't own them. At a certain point, they're like they got you by the whatever. GB News adverts are shite, and that Welch Jewelry shop. Yeah, it's got 3 branches, though, the gold one. I was just looking at it myself. The worst ad is measuring the old lady for a chairlifting. Yeah. I mean, you got to get money some way. They've spent £100 million, and we're being killed by the BBC. The BBC has one great big ad for world domination by the globalists and death to Britain. That's their ad, and people from other countries deserve more stuff than you do. That's what their ad is. That, you know, that's what the BBC. I should be more loving to the BBC. The worst ad is measuring the old lady. Yes, it is. The Stranglers are the best. Yeah, I went to see the Stranglers at Albert Hall. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I went to see the amazing. I liked them a little bit as a kid, and my friend of mine is into them. I really do love Dire Straits, Alchemy, Dire Straits. Should there be a period in there, Keith? Or was that a band called Dire Straits Alchemy live in London? The whiskey ad wants to give people like us lowly plebs an opportunity to own our own worthless whiskey. At least you can advertise whiskey. I don't even think you can advertise whiskey in America on the TV. Try Dylan's Master of War with anisette. Is anisette, you mean like the alcohol? He's talking to Lucy. Okay, oh yeah. Cushions. What is the cushions, Mummy? The bracelet was real gold, you know. Good to get the old girl back on the road. Is that from the ad? Yeah. All the ads are so bad. Well, ads are always going to be bad. You didn't grow up in America when all we had was ads. We didn't have the BBC. It was all ads. Ads. It was 10 minutes of ads every hour or more. I think more, 16 minutes of ad. Our kitchen door keeps blowing up. We need a whole new kitchen. Is that another? Hey, Slipstreamer Max. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming back. Where are you from, Slipstreamer? You wait until you need a chair to tip you out. Yeah, that's from the alcohol. Okay, big vinyl girl. So I have everything and bought that single Peaches and Go Buddy Go. Yeah, you did. That's great. Great for the Stranglers. They're local people in a way. The promos on GB News are very annoying. Ads are years old. They're very annoying. I'm sorry. Do we get any ads here? Here's an ad right now. I don't know what I would advertise from. Or become a cask owner. I've seen the Ramones in 1989 at Brixton Academy. Fantastic. Yeah. The Ramones. Claire has done it all. The Allman Brothers, Whipping Post. Yeah, I love the Allman Brothers. When I was like, I don't know when, 1972, I was 15 or something. Alchemy Live. What does that mean? Is that a band? Is that the song that they're playing? Tell me about that. The BBC should be defunded. No, it should be sold. Selling the BBC. The government should not control the media. There should be no state media. This is the part where I become unlikable and people lose me. I'm sorry. Do you like the BBC? If you like the BBC, say I love the BBC. And I'll go, okay, you like the BBC. I love how we are talking about GB News ads. Well, we're on for 3 hours a day, every single day. What else can we discuss? We have to discuss different things to discuss. GB News needs all the advertisers it can get. Thank you, Jedster. You're totally right. That's what Jedsters say. Stop Funding Hate is constantly attacking who? GB News. Yes, they are. It's because they are so bad, Mark. Who is bad? Who is the they? I mute them. The ads. You can mute them. Alchemy was the concert and the album name. I'm sorry. I'm boycotting punctuation. No, you're not. You put a punctuation in there. Cushion's mommy is a GB News chat person. I followed them in Armitage Biddy when I first joined here. Armitage is my friend Vicky. She lives up there in Leeds. Wales. You're from Wales. Slipstream's from Wales and our copious gold outlets. Yeah, because he watches GB News too. Where in Wales are you from? And I won't ask you about whether you're fat. I know whether you're a man or, I guess you're a man or a woman. American TV was terrible when I was there. Yeah, it's considered terrible. Yeah. Thank God we're lucky. We're lucky. It was terrible. Okay. I'll check that out. What are you going to check out? Lucy doesn't want us to be involved in it. Carrots loves punk. Okay, there we go. Am I growing a mustache? No, I just didn't shave today. And this is a bit darker than this bit. You can advertise the BP monitor. And I was told people didn't like I was measuring the BP measuring my blood pressure, and I wasn't talking. Or apricots. I love apricots too. I love fruits. but I can't eat fruit, and I want to be thin. Claire is thin. I want to be thin. Who's really thin here? I want to be so thin. British band Brand X is super. I don't know them. I don't know Brand X. Excellent idea. Remember, punk has been around for a long time, but I'm going to talk about like the early punk bands. Early, because I'm thinking about Black Flag. It's been a lot of years since I watched the BBC. Yeah, we don't need to watch it. You're watching Lewis Schaffer show. Imagine if I was on the BBC. Okay, all right. That's Dire Straits' Alchemy Live. Okay, I should look for it. I mean, Mark Knopfler. He's also Jewish. So when somebody says I hate Jews, well, he says you hate my favorite band, and he is great. Don't you think he's great? Is Joodles here? Has Joodles come in there? Hi, Joodles. Joodles is here. Hi, Joodles. Alan says hi, Joodles. I thought you were saying kittens, Mummy. I don't know. Guys, thanks for the shout out. I'm listening whilst doing some Depop sales. What is Depop sales? Multitasking. What is Depop sales? He's not here today, and I can't mention his name. Lucy says hi, Joodles. Lucy and Joodles are two peas in the same pod of Northern Irish women. Lucy, you can ask one of your rich business friends to sponsor your stream. Well, Lewis, one of my rich business friends to sponsor your stream. I guess I could. I don't even know who they are. I once got money from a rich guy. It saved my year. I was so broke. I didn't even ask for it. It says, we want to give you money. And I got a check put in the bank. Not a check. That's very American. Bow wow wow. Yeah, bow wow wow. I love candy or something like that. Isn't that what they are? Them and the other girls group I really, really like. What's the other girls group? Like we could talk about girls group. And you know me with women. I'm not good with women. But I like, and I also liked like Blondie. Claire. Blondie, yeah. Okay. I bet you haven't come across Bow Wow Wow. I have, of course. Did he pronounce it even correctly? I don't know. The band where you really can hear how good yeah, Phil Collins was amazing. He was in Genesis, and he was like a working class guy, Phil Collins. And he was in a band filled with all those posh people. And I liked, what's his name, the lead singer, and then he left. But, I don't care about class, because I'm an American. I do not care about class. We should talk about class and how pointlessly stupid it is to worry about it when we're being invaded by people from foreign countries who hate us. To be honest, Lewis's endless rambling provides the perfect ambiance for work tasks. Could be. It's diverse, Jedster. That's a very good idea. That's what Jedster say. How many people are listening now? We want more and more people to listen, but it's a Saturday. We're not going to get, historically, we haven't gotten a lot on a Saturday. Have you seen Dire Straits, Lewis? Is that your favorite band? I would say there are certain songs of Dire Straits that I have listened to far more than any other band. The Slits. The Slits became something else. I'm not sure about the Slits. But Dire Straits could be it. That one album, From the Tunnel of Love. Don't Make Me Cry. From Color Coats to Whitley Bay. Girl, you look so pretty to me. They're 42. Simon, there's always more people watching Simon Arnold's thing. Considering there are 1.5 million or so Jews in the world, it's amazing that every other person is Jewish. I have a theology question, Lewis. Is the Torah similar to the Bible? Well, let's answer that question. First, the Torah is the 5 books of the Bible. And everything else of the quote-unquote Jewish Bible is additional books that were collated about 2,000 years ago. So the first 5 books of the Torah is Jewish. Secondly, you know what? This is what's great about being Jewish. You're told you're all-powerful. You're told you control the world. You're told you're the greatest, okay? And after a while, you might start believing it. You might start believing you're so great. And that's why I say to you, hey, Reuben from yesterday, you people are great. You're capable of anything. We're all capable of something. We've got to get off of our buttocks is Stop Eating Carbs, number one. Sultan of Swing. That album is the best album ever. Thank you, Joe. That's what they've done to us. They've basically convinced Jews that they are as great as they are. And you're going to say to me, but Jews aren't great. You're just like normal people. Maybe we're just like normal people, but we've been told we should accomplish more. Kerry saw Dire Straits at Live Aid. That's amazing. Maria was a great song by Deborah Harry, says Claire. That's the older works of Deborah Harry and the older works. Did Strace's Eights have their LP? Is that the band? Let's try to spell properly. Who's your favorite monarch? Why? Who is your favorite monarch? Who is Throbbing Gristle? Lucy, I never even heard of them. Is that a real band? Lewis, your hair is changing to Ken Dodd. What is it? Is it too much, do you think? How is it changing to Ken Dodd? It's because it's growing a bit longer. I should maybe get a cut. Our whole lives are class. What does that mean? Who are we talking to about that? Lewis. Okay. Hi, Ruben asks. Hi, Lewis. Lewis, you okay? You looking a little... How am I looking? I know, I'm a bit gray. I haven't been out in the sun in the last couple of days. Let's see. Joodles, how did you know Karis was Dutch? How did you know Karis was Dutch? Is he Dutch? Well, that's good. We got a Danish guy and a Dutch guy. Making movies on location. That's amazing. Amazing. Making movies. It's amazing. I have all the albums, I guess, including the Knopfler solo. Yeah, and he comes from Newcastle. You know, Jews in Newcastle. I'm on holiday, Lewis, in Cornwall. Pop down. Have a day on the beach with us. What beach? I've been to Newcastle. Constantine Beach. I was there. It was just so beautiful. I mean, I love Cornwall. Cornwall's great. No independence for Cornwall. Let's be British. Let's be Anglo-Saxons, Jutes, Cornwallians, Irish, Scots, Picts, Celts. Let's be all of them all together. Lewis, your hair is beautiful. Thank you very much, Claire. Okay, throbbing member. What does throbbing member mean? Okay. Hi, my name is Nathaniel, son of David. Is that one? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so is your mother? Do you feel Jewish? I'm not saying you should all be Jewish, but we should just, when they start saying Israel is taking over the goddamn world there's only 15 million Jews and we're taking over the goddamn world, is an absolute not true. Tunnel of Love on the Old Grey Whistle Test has the most beautiful guitar solo. I want to listen to that. Tunnel of Love on the Tunnel of Love. Yeah, what a beautiful song. Tunnel of Love, Whistle Test. Whistle Test. Okay. I need training in picks first. We need to learn more about the picks. How does one feel Jewish? You feel Jewish here's when you feel Jewish. You feel Jewish when someone says some outrageously stupid thing about the Jews. And you go, that's not right. I know the Jews. Alex Harvey Band. That was mentioned yesterday. Yorkshireman. Okay. We'll talk about this for a few more minutes. I like George III because he was, what is that face, Carrots? That's how one feels Jewish. You know, if you're Northern Irish. You know it. So let's say you're Northern Irish Protestant and someone says, you people. He was half Jewish. Yeah. He felt he was Jewish. I'm circumcised. Does that make me Jewish? Could be. My brother is half Jewish. He has a two-skin. Okay, Romeo and Juliet, that song, amazing song, makes me cry. Me too, makes me cry. We're not crying anymore. When did you collect the entirety of the inside of your house from the street? That's a human problem. That's not a Jewish problem. But if you see something that has value on the street, shouldn't you pick it up and take it home and not leave it there to get ruined? Do you like Supertramp? When I was young and life was so sensible. Right? That's Supertramp, right? I have all their albums too. Yeah, that's another great one. That's another great one. And because of TikTok, you get to listen to those songs, the top songs of 1973. You know if you're Jewish if you use the butter knife instead of a screwdriver. You know if you're Jewish if you don't think that that's funny, because I myself, I mean, I don't take offense at that. But who hasn't used a butter knife as a screwdriver? I have more screwdrivers than anybody in the entire world here because I'm a hoarder. That's gone over my head here for me. They're saying that Jews or whatever it is. You're crying with laughter now because you is beating me. How am I beating you, Carrots? How is Claire beating you? Logical, that's what Slumbert says. Supertramp is awesome. Yeah, Jackie Mason said that joke once. Because it was a different time. Now there's so many people who are full on hating the Jews. They're full on hating the Jews. You know, I can never find a screwdriver. Well, you come to my house, I'll give you a screwdriver. And there are two kinds of, there's lots of different kinds of screwdrivers. But that's what it is. I mean, I don't want to be like Josh, obsessed with being Jewish and all that stuff. Lewis, did you see Leo's podcast with Babylon B yesterday? Apparently, they're looking for contributing writers. Is that something you could be interested in? No, I don't want to write. I'd like to be on the show. How can I spend all day trying to be thin and beautiful. I'm going to be a writer? Surely they spread the butter with a screwdriver. That too, yeah, it could be. That's a funny joke. It's like we were so Jewish, we didn't use a butter knife as a screwdriver. We used a screwdriver as a butter knife. That's professionally funny. That's very good, Lucy. I think it is. Maybe it isn't. Okay, rather than buy a screwdriver, they will use anything but buy one. That's not true. Like the community that I grew up in, the amount of money that people spent on stuff, I mean, that's not true. Jews are not cheap. The community that I grew up in, Great Neck, Long Island, New York, Kings Point, Great Neck Estates, these are Great Neck plot. The people spent money. They spent money. But most people don't know the Jews. There's only 15 million Jews. And who want to be a Jew with the fucking with the anti-Semitism? I'm sorry, my apologies. Okay. Torx. I bet I have more screwdrivers than you, mate. Period. I have special ones, called, or you say caled, Torx. Yeah, they could see how tight they are. Hey, Steve Cuff is in the house. Hey there. Strike one, Lewis. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, the cursing. I should not curse. No cursing. You guys can curse as much as you want to, but I can't curse. I know someone who uses a grinder to get into cans. I would say that that's not a good idea because it puts the particulate matter in cans. Or do you mean tins? Jedster, do they like the Netherlands? Who? Oh, Carrot is asking this of Jedster. Do they like the Netherlands? Well, okay. I missed your other live Uncooked after your Thursday night at GB News. I was wondering if it was tense in the studio during ad breaks. It's never tense. They're always like looking at me like, Lewis, you got to get us into trouble. I can't speak for them. It's not like you're horrible, Lewis, because they know, they can tell it's a joke, but they know how sensitive people are. Great Neck was not the posh bit, but one of the major posh bits of Long Island, yeah. And people would buy big, huge houses, and they buy, yeah. So it's not about being cheap. I personally am cheap, but I have proof that I am not super cheap. I'm proof, okay? Because I have spent more money than I have earned for about 40 years. Every year, I have spent more money. That I didn't see it. Which grinder joke? I like a good grinder joke. I don't, okay. I don't, you don't need to worry. They'll only penalize you within the first 30 seconds of a stream. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think they can listen to the entire thing. I don't care what you are, Lewis. You're funny and I love you. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. You could swear as much as you like. Just let it be natural. If you don't want to, that's fine, but don't fret if you pump. It's because it's not for me. It's because of the YouTube logarithm or log or whatever it's called. Lewis, what are you drinking? I'm drinking iced coffee, but there's no more ice in it. I should put some ice in. Where was JDM? Where was the grinder joke? I missed the grinder joke. Where is the grinder joke, JDM? You're finding furniture on the street. Yeah, I'm finding furniture on the street. Yeah, look around. That's found on the street. That's found on the street. That's found on the street with the behind the flag. That stuff's found on the street. That book rack, I think that was given to me. That was given to me by, I think Angela gave that to me. Big Brother is now AI, yeah. It's all AI. Long Island water tea. Yeah, Long Island water tea. I used to drink Long Island iced tea. And in America, I used to have 7 shots of alcohol in it. That would get you drunk. So what we should do is we should take a 5-minute break. Should we take, how many viewers do we have? I just still have, it says 8 viewers up there. That's wrong. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Is that okay with you? Can you hear me, everybody? Can you hear that we're going to take a 5-minute break? 45 people. This will give you a chance to go to the bathroom, not miss anything. Go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, get something to eat. I'm going to put some more ice cubes in this. Okay? Let's move on. This carrot loves Scotland. Well, we love England and Scotland. We love it all. Hi, Leslie. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, they're nice. When you find something, it has value. You put it on, and it's not with the one over here or this one here. I'm starting to think that Lewis might be a part-time cat burglar. You'd be blown away by how much people throw in the seat. Look here. Let's look around. Look around. This table right down here. Can you see this thing with my computer? Is here. I found that in the street. What about this table, which is like not what do you call that? A Jeep plan. Found that sort of in the street. What about this thing over here? Do you see the blue? What about the blue? The blue thing. Found that in the street, brought it home. You know, this is what we're doing. We're hoarding. Problem is, what do you do? You know, I mean, I'm not even concerned about it. I'll leave it behind. It's all my personal papers. Oh, I see. Oh, grinder to get into cans. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's funny. It's funny. If I had seen your face and you were making a laugh, I might have found it. What does D9, what does he do with the cats? Okay. How do you live in the middle of all that nonsense? It's making my teeth itch. Yeah. I like stuff. I would, actually, if I had a hotel, I don't like stuff. What a midden. Who's a midden? Lucy? I said I'm going for a break. Lewis, I love your furniture. I love a nice bit of wood. But not being gay. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom. Not the bathroom. I'm going to get some ice in this. Whoa. I just spilled my drink here. I got to wipe this up. Oh, my God. Don't worry. That's going to be cut out during the editing. I just spilled the coffee. I just spilled the entire coffee on the floor on my rug, which I found in the street. I found the rug. Can you see this rug where my foot is? Can you see? You don't need to look at that. You know, clean the frosty. What frosty glass? Okay, I'm not talking to you. I'm cleaning up. This landed right on the computer. Oh my God! I mean, it's ruined. I mean, it's not that it didn't cost me anything, but I found it on the street, and I don't like to. I mean, it's really bad. It landed right on the computer that my son, I was gonna say my brother, gave me. My brother gave me. I don't know. How do you clean? How do you clean iced coffee? Watered down iced coffee, but it landed on a gray rug. On a gray rug. And you all saw what a mess this is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's always something that's going wrong with the Lewis Schaffer show. There's always something. It's always something. What does that mean? It's always something. It's always something. Maybe I'll do some vacuuming. Can I do some vac? Don't worry about it, Lewis. Owen Jones did the same thing on the Piers Morgan show. Hoover. Well, I mean, it's wet. I have two Hoovers. One was given to me by Rose, and she left it behind. She could take it if she wants to, but she gave it to me because she's lovely. She's lovely. And then I found one on the street, which didn't work. Look, brand new, practically. It was. I'll tell you what it's called. One is the Henry one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One is a Henry one. You know the Henry one. Spilling drinks, crying, sleeping, swearing, revealing knees. This show is nonstop. Anyway, and the other one was a Morphe Richard. This is why I'm a collector. It was a Morphe Richards 220 watt vacuum cleaner. Looked practically brand new. Dragged it home. I got it over in the area south of Peckham Rye Park in East Dulwich. I don't know what that area called. Okay, it wasn't an Irish coffee. Yeah, maybe I've had too much coffee because I didn't want to be like yesterday, and I have taken the pills today, and I didn't want to be horrible anyway. So I get the vacuum cleaner home, Morphe Richards. Okay, now would be a good time to take your blood pressure. I'm going to listen to you, Lucy. Just hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I gotta plug it in. I mean, I shouldn't have to plug it in, but I have to plug it in. And thank you, Lucy, for that suggestion. Anyway, so I brought the Morphe Richards one home. I've already measured myself today, and I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, and it wasn't working. It didn't work. Went on. It didn't really work. It was just like rubbish. And then you know what I did? I cleaned it. No one had cleaned it. And I bought new bags. And they threw it out because it didn't work because they didn't clean it. They didn't clean it because I don't know why they didn't clean it. But, maybe they had so much money. Joodles doesn't like the blue. Listen, Joodles, you got to work it out with Lucy. She's your compatriot over there. So I want to measure my blood pressure. I don't care if it's not interesting. Are you measuring your blood pressure? I don't even know what you're doing. You do what you want to do. This is what I want to do. Lewis on smartphone and PCs are not in sync. It's a little delay. Is that right? There's a delay. There's probably going to be a delay. Hold on a second. Is there a delay now? It was a joke, Lewis. Put it away. Well, maybe I'm like the disabled people. I don't see it as a joke. It's really a cruel thing to say that I shouldn't check my blood pressure. Maybe that's not a joke. Maybe I don't find that funny. I find it very serious. Don't shout more. Yeah, shout more. Okay, calm down. Anyway, so I cleaned out the Morphe Richards machine, and it worked. And it's like a great vacuum cleaner. Okay. So you got 44 people watching. Thank you, Simon Arnold. blood pressure should be rule 40. Let me write down the list of the rules. The first rules are don't never say goodbye. You can say hello, but don't say goodbye. Number one. Okay. I'm checking my blood pressure. Can you see the blood pressure there? Carrie doesn't like the blood. Carrie doesn't like the blood pressure. Rianne. I get worried. The blood pressure tester only shows 3 digits. Yeah, it's very high. Anyway, the first rule of Fight Club: we need rules. You need rules. What are the rules? What are the rules? Okay. It's not good. It's not good. Probably not good. I'm above the weight. I'm above the weight. That's so high. That's like really high. Okay, we're taking a break. We're taking a break. We're not going to be afraid about our blood pressure. We're not going to be afraid. We're not going to be afraid. We're not going to be afraid. Everything's good. Everything's good. I'm not even going to try to calm down. We shouldn't have to try to calm down. We just gotta, I mean, everybody could have suggestions. Everybody could have suggestions. Can you hear me? Is it loud enough to hear? I'm basically whispering. Oh, Lewis. Yeah, Vicky. Oh, Lewis. Okay. Is that true, Keith? No, because yesterday the Mets were playing somebody else, not the Yankees. But thank you very much. That's funny. Okay. Can you see that? 194 over 112 at 53 beats a minute. We'll do it one more time. Thank you very much for listening to me. 8 now watching. Is it 8? Don't joke like that. That's funny. I wish it was his mental breakdown I was witnessing, but I think it might be yours. I mean, how many? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna measure it one more time, and then we'll let it go. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. One more time. 44, 46. Move your camera up. Okay, well, you want to see the face? Maybe I'll push this back. I'll push this back. Oh, it's got to, I got to repress it. I'll show that in a minute, Nate. Do you want the light to be lit up? It doesn't need to be lit up. Okay, 186 over 125. I've got a very high diastolic, which is the bottom level here. Okay, I'm going to go in the other room and get it, and have something else. Have something else. Just I gotta. I mean, this has not been that interesting, but I apologize. But it's interesting to me. I mean, whatever. I mean, some of you must. Do you find this interesting? Basically. 190 over anything is dangerous. Yeah, it might be dangerous. Might be. All right, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. All right. I'm having a bit of cheese. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hey, chair. Don't you turn your back on me. No, very funny. Taking your blood pressure raises your blood pressure. It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't do it for me because I take my blood pressure so often. It doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me. It's really bad mozzarella cheese. Lewis, what were you like at school? I was like this. I was always at the door. More cheese, Gromit. Love cheese. So we're having a bit of cheese. I don't know what to do. That's pretty high blood pressure. Would you say that that's high blood? What did we say that it was? It was the second time was 186 over 125 at 52 beats per minute. And I've been taking 100 milligrams of this stuff. 100 milligrams, Vicky, Armitage. Lewis, you're so cheesy. Okay, now we're funny. What are we asking Rachel? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I do have to take it seriously. Maybe that's what makes it so interesting. Lewis Schaffer had high blood pressure, was discussing it. It's like one of those shows that shows those fat people who are eating and saying, I've got no problem with food. I'm gonna live forever. And then they die. There's so many of these programs. Basically. It's just bright enough. It's just too bright. I think it's better that way. Yeah, that was too bright. That was too bad. Another piece. Lewis, just before you took it, you'd thrown your coffee on the floor and started shouting at us. It was going to be high. You want to know something? I've taken my blood pressure so often, and this is the mood that I'm in all the time. So what am I supposed to only take it when I'm super calm? What kind of test you have to be in a good psychological position to take? You don't go in for cancer test and say, I can't take the test right now because I'm in a bad psychological position. Okay? You can't do it. Hey, Archie, how are you? Welcome back. You shouldn't have, tests shouldn't be psychologically based. They shouldn't be like, I'm afraid to take it because I got to fight with my girlfriend before the show. Steve Cup says taking your blood pressure is giving you high blood pressure. Exactly right. And and doctors love that because they go, oh, you've got high blood pressure. Here's a pill. I'm a great doctor. I've given you a pill. Oh, my doctor. They're a bunch of criminals, these doctors. They're like the BBC. I shouldn't be, except for Craig. He's lovely. Doctors mean well. But, come. Judith says, okay, then, you need to improve your psychological position, then. What, for everything? I can't, no. So every single day, every single minute, I've got to improve my psychology? I don't think so, I guess. Test it when you wake up? I do. I test it when I wake up. I test it after I eat. I taste it at the end of the day. And it's never like, oh. I never go, oh, it was much higher then, and it's much lower now, or much higher now, and it's much lower then. I mean, who else has high blood pressure here? Because I know you all do. You all have high blood pressure. Just relax. How can I relax? They're coming to kill me. The police are going to be knocking on my door because I made a joke about disabled people. And they actually think that I hate disabled people. I hate the idea that there's 6.9 million disabled people in this country. That's 10% of the population. And they're collecting money from, people, and everybody wants it now. And they're all angry. Why are people angry? Because they've got a high-carb diet. I've had high blood pressure since forever. Thank you. There's white coat syndrome, but I have it anyway. White coat hypertension, Simon. Yeah. Test it when I wake up. Yeah, I do test it. Body phone went dead. What is the body phone? What does that mean? Do I look all right? I'd like to take my shirt off. I'm having a break. I don't have high blood pressure, but it's probably because I don't give something about what others think. Only people I care about. I used to have anxiety, but that's sorted too. Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. But some people, their blood pressure is high, and look at my heart rate. It's 52. That's relatively low. And it used to be even lower. I got tested for bradycardia. It was like 28 degrees, my pulse at nighttime and 40 in the daytime. Nate Virgo says, I have consistently low blood pressure. I get told to drink more water and have some salt. I drown myself in 2 to 3 liters a day, and I've always had too much salt. The point is, 38, yes, we've lost a few, Lucy, I'm sorry. But the point is that salt may be not a factor in this. I've read a lot of stuff about salt. And number 2, drinking water is not necessary. They say, oh, you should drink water even if you're not thirsty. You know when you're not thirsty. You shouldn't drink water. Alan Williams. Can we all take a psychological test before tomorrow's show? If we can agree on a test, we can compare notes. Yeah, we could do that. Well, which one? I believe in psychological tests. How about the political psychology tests? We can do that. We could do that. We can do it now. We could do now the psychology test. You know that test. Look for IDR, libertarian, I think it's called, politics. Politics. Mine's always been far too low, Crocs. It happens to us skinnies. Yeah, skinnies are good. Are you really skinny? Yes, Joodle. Send me a picture. Why not? Sounds like it could be fun. Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like that. You can all do it without me, but I'd like that. Let's see. Let's see. What is it called? It's called IDR, or is it IDL? IDR politics, political test. It's called IDR political correctness test. 8 values test. What political test do you suggest I use? Let me just look for this. Political coordinates test. Do you see this? That's hard to see. It doesn't say it here. Political correctness test. Can you see that? I mean, make this a bit darker. Can you see that now? There it is. Political coordinates test. The monarchy. Should we do this now? Should we do political compass test? Yeah. What is your test? Political coordinates test. I think that's the same as political compass test. I'd fail a political correctness test. Yeah. 40 people were listening. Do you want to do it? Leslie says, let's do it. What does Lucy say? What does Lucy say? Should we do this test? Do you want to do this test? We'll all do it together and we'll see how we stand. I'm doing it now. Okay. Can you wait, Nate? Can you wait? Wait. Okay, question number 1. I'll read the question. Are we all on that? Are we all idrlabs.com political correctness? Can you go there? Who's in on the test? Just tell me if you're in on the test. You don't I got something in my throat now. I'll read out the questions, Carrie. Yeah, I'll read them out. But we all have to start at the same time. Laughing Saturn's in, okay. Your blood pressure and cholesterol levels may be right for you, Lewis. Genetically, we are all different. Susan, yes. It's not 70 questions. There's only 36 questions in this one. It's the political correctness test. Political coordinates test. Yeah, that's what it is. I might need high blood pressure because I've got very low heart rate or whatever it is. Political coordinates, that's exactly right. Are you ready to go? Keep munching. I love the mastication noise in my headphone. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm just trying to do not as little work as possible. I don't want to do, but this could be entertaining. Everyone is different, Simon Arnold. Yeah, everyone is different with your blood pressure. This is the best show ever. I think it is. I mean, there's lots of bad times that we have. Do we not? We have lots of not fun, but it's like we're all in the room. We're trying to be in the room. Don't say sorry, ask the bloody questions. Are you ready, people? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm waiting to get the go-ahead. I'm waiting for Lucy to say, let's go, or Joodles to say, let's go. It's always a good mix. I'm ready. Okay, that's what Steve Cuff says. Okay, I'm waiting for Joodles or Lucy to say, let's go. Let's read the questions. Kinsey's in? That's good. Lucy, have you got it? Lucy's got it. Who else needs more time? Who else is looking for it? Joodles says go. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to find it. Ready? Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never apologize. That's a sign of weakness. It's not that it's a sign of weakness. It's just your enemies don't give a damn if you apologize. I apologize for hurting the disabled people, some stupid people's opinion about my disabled comment. Okay, ready to go. Now, question number 1. You ready for question number 1? Monarchy and aristocratic titles should be abolished. Okay? Monarchy and aristocratic titles should be abolished. Okay? Have you answered that question? Okay. Question 2. You ready for question 2? Okay. Medically assisted suicide should be legal. Medically assisted suicide should be legal. And, okay. So the choice is you got totally red, partially red, in the middle, partially green, very green, which means go for it. Okay. Question 3. Are we up there? Okay. You have different questions. IDRlabs.com. You want to go back? Go back, Joodles. IDRlabs/political correctness. Political coordinates. Political coordinates test. IDRlabs.com/political-coordinates test. Okay? Are you all back? Are you there, Susan? Political coordinates test. Political coordinates test. Do they randomize the questions? Not everyone gets the same questions. That's not right. Maybe we should just all take the test and then come up with the results that you have. How about that? Maybe we should do that. If they're going to give you different questions, we can just take them quietly. Joodles. Okay. Alan wants his money back for this show. Just do yours. We're doing ours. Yes. Okay. You're answering the feed. Okay. You're answering on this feed. Give our results tomorrow? No, we're doing it now. Let's just do it now. I can't wait till tomorrow. Okay. All right. Question 3. Okay, filling it out. I'm filling it out. I'm doing this right here. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. Okay, are we still doing it? I should keep on talking while I'm doing this. Should I keep on talking? Should I keep on talking? Yes. The government should set a cap on the wages of bankers and CEOs. Do you believe in that? I mean, that's not your question. The government should provide health care to its citizens free of charge. Do you believe that? The government spending with the aim of creating jobs is generally a good idea. Do you believe in that? A country should never go to war without the support of the international community. Do you believe in that? Okay. If people want to drive without a seatbelt, that should be their own decision. Import tariffs on foreign products are a good way to protect jobs in my country. Do you believe that? Free trade is better for third world countries than developmental aid. Do you believe that? Okay. There is at heart a conflict between the interests of the business and the industry of society. There's a conflict. Do you believe that? Question 30. We need to increase taxes on industry out of concern for the climate. Do you believe that? Western civilization has benefited more from Christianity than from the ideas of ancient Greece. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Okay, do you believe that, though? There are too many wasteful government programs. Do you believe that? Okay. Prostitution should be legal. I don't know. People who turn down a job should not be eligible for unemployment benefits from the government. Okay. The market is generally better at allocating resources than the government. Do you believe that? I'm almost done. The government should redistribute wealth from the rich to the poor. Do you believe that? Okay. Oh, this is not. Okay, are you guys all done? Are you guys all done? Brace yourselves, people. Okay. It says I'm right with Ronald Reagan. I'm right with Ronald Reagan. I'm a communitarian right winger. That's what it says. It says, okay, I don't know how we're gonna do this. I'm watching back at the beginning live from Birmingham. We're doing a political inquiry thing. That's what how many people are watching? We lost a lot of people. That wasn't good. You know what happened? I went and got something to eat. I spilled a glass of water. And so you're saying you're a communitarian. You're left 5.6. You're a communitarian. You're on the left. Okay. I am 81% right and 29% communitarian. Okay. All right, Kinsey got 41. We haven't lost that many. It says I'm Lewis Schaffer, says Ian Higgs. Leslie says you're 33% right, 33% communitarian. You're near Reagan. Well, how can I be? I'm near Reagan, and I'm like 86% right. Oh, I see where you are. So you're not as far right. You're similar to me, Leslie. I'm only slightly communitarian, but I'm extremely right. Jules is 81% what? I got 8.3% left and 52% communitarian. What does that make you? That makes you, you're 51% communitarian. That makes like a George W. Bush, a little bit on the left. Yeah, you're left. Kinsey is 19% right. I'm extremely right, and 52% communitarian. So you're close to the top of the communitarian. I'll do it later. I'll see how I get. Okay. So Lucy's on the left. I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. That's what I knew from just hearing this stuff. What else? Who's saying any of this other stuff? So if you navigate, it means you're close. You're right in the middle. Navigate. That's where you are. I mean, navigate. That's where you're. Nathan Virgo. You're right in the middle. And I am really on the right. I'm 1/3 of the way up, or 1/4 of the way up. I'm near Ronald Reagan. That's where I am. Where would I like to be? Do I want to be Milton Friedman? I don't know. These are really good questions. Does anybody have something to say about this? More of an analysis. So Vicky says, Armitage Biddy says, 16.7 right. That means you're, okay, because there's 10 boxes on the side. That means you're two, okay, right? And 30, you're near Bush. You're near Bush. Okay, that's all right. It's all good. There's no winners and losers here. Okay. Lucy, I'd give a few very right-wing, you did give a few right-wing answers, but the question is there were so many questions, so. Okay, hey, Casagrande, my friend, old-fashioned. Every rose has its thorn. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, we've taken this test, this political coordinates test. What's happened to me is I've become more communitarian in my time and less liberal. I become less liberal. I've lost about 10 or 15% liberal. That's the political compass. I'm centrist, bang in the middle, Simon. I do agree with libertarian, Lewis. Okay. So we're all different people. I'm not asking you to think like me. Okay. I'm on the Wi-Fi now for FF something's sake. Lucy, I've learned that over the years. What have you learned, Steve? What has Steve learned? Aren't women always right? Yeah, well, that's the thing. We accept that joke because women are so serious and horrible. We got to say, oh, they're always right. They're always right. And most women are wrong. They're not help. They don't help society. Sorry. Can you put the questionnaire on again? And I'll do it later. No, you'll have to go to IDR LABS, IDR Labs. Okay, post your results. Okay, Mel, let me take a picture of it. Well, I don't want people to know what I am, that I'm right-wing. I'm right-wing. I tell people I'm right-wing. No wife for me. IDR Labs / political correctness test. Leanne and Kinsey right at the bottom of the page here. They're the people. If you just put those two together, you will find this thing. I think this was interesting. I don't know whether anybody's watching it, but I thought it was really interesting. I'm not sure any of the women here are quite as serious as you. No, they're not. I'm very serious. Am I serious about how horrible women are? I think they know how horrible women are. I think women, they could, but they're good. Women are really, really good. Judels is really good. Lucy is really good. Claire is really good. You're really good. You're really good. So even though I say you're horrible, it's all a bit confusing, to be honest. What is confusing, Simon? 44 people. What is confusing about this? It's saying, who do you have in common with? Maybe it would be better. It would be better if we Googled this thing and to find out who is where. Who is where? Hey, Leanne, who is where on this test? To find out where we are. I'm looking at my phone right now, so you can't see that. Let me move this back. Is it better this way? So you see more of my hands. Is it better this way? And then you also can see the microphone. Is that better? I got a right community. Yeah, so JDR is the same category that I am. I just pulled over. Can't take the test driving home, but I'm listening. Thank you, Lud. I already know I am a heartless, psychopathic turkey. Well, then you're in my box. That's what I've been called. I'm heartless. Heartless to heartless to the disabled community. I didn't do it, Lewis. I'm clearing up. What's the test called? I'll do it later. It's IDR Labs at whatchamacallit, at Political Coordinates. IDR Labs. There were more than a 4 it depends questions in it. Yeah, well, that's you got to have an opinion. There's no room for lacking an opinion. Like, question is, should pot be illegal? Should pot be illegal? It's not good. I don't think too much pot, but I don't think it should be illegal. Should prostitution be illegal? Should women be allowed to sell themselves, sell their bodies, or men? Should you be allowed to? IDR Labs, yeah, 46. And I say, yeah. What do you guys say? Let's ask a question. Let's ask a question on this. Should prostitution be legal? Yes or no? Or is that good? The microphone is good. Yeah, it's good to see the microphone because you think it's a real program. Thank you very much, Simon. Okay. If I feel that I'm not allowed to say English and that I have to say I'm British, but that British is just another Singapore full of the world's nations with no identity. If I feel that I'm not allowed to say English and that I have to say I'm British, but that Britain is just another Singapore full of the world's nations with no identity. Oh, it's half a point you're making. Well, it's like Russia. It's like Russia was the Soviet Union. They forgot that they were Russia. Britain needs to remember that they were English. Not all Britain. They were English. The Scottish haven't forgotten that they're Scottish. Okay. It depends is not a lack of opinion. Well, it means you got to pick one. Prostitution should be illegal. Yes. You're a leftist. I think that's leftist. Leftist. There is a character limit on the chat, Lewis. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's a character chat. N8 Virgo. What does that mean? Okay, you. What does that mean? You tell him, Lucy. Yeah, gang up on Lewis. Lucy has some right-wing tendencies, but she also is left-wing. Changing the law in Scotland. I cannot finish my point. Too many letters. First of all, it's TOO letters. It's not leftist to believe women should not sell their bodies. Quite the opposite. I don't think women should sell their bodies, but should it be illegal? I don't think people should smoke pot, but should it be illegal? I don't think people should drink, but should it be illegal? I don't think it should be illegal. I was more right-wing than I thought, Kinsey. Okay, that's good. I find that very attractive. Okay, well, how right-wing were you? What are your coordinates again? Pot should be illegal except for those growing it for their own use. Why? Are you against people doing some work for other people? Let's say you can't grow it for your own use. You can't buy it. What is that, Lucy? I'm not agreeing with you. 2. I know this, Lewis. I'm trying to look. I'm typing too quick. All right, you're forgiven. What should be illegal, Joodles? Which one? I'm not leftist to believe women should not sell their bodies, Lewis. Quite the opposite. But it shouldn't be illegal. It should be illegal. So you're saying it's okay to do, but we should have the law. We should have the law against it. No. Maybe we need it to be illegal to protect women, so that men aren't going out having sex with strange women and maybe possibly getting diseases, which I don't believe in, but who are taking away the love that women need. Women need love. You're the same as George Bush. Okay, very good. Is that George W. Bush? That's the second one, not George Herbert Walker Bush. Pot and prostitution. We don't want the government. I don't want the government to come into my flat to look for a tiny little bit of pot. I don't want them to come into my flat to look for a GUN, a boomstick, as they call it. Women should be able to do what they want with their bodies as long as they are safe. Problem with this thing is it's usually a man controlling a woman to do it. That's totally not true. That is totally not true. The women, I don't believe that men are controlling. They always blame men for everything that women do. Oh, he made me do it. He made me boomstick the guy. That's what they're saying. No. Hold on a second. Oh, we got a visitor coming in. Yeah, I get you, says Nate Vergan. Just, hi there. Hi there. I'm on the radio. I'm on the live stream.
I don't have time. I have to go back to work.
Why?
Oh, they told me to change. It's for
Okay, change. All right, I'll see you later. Okay, that's my son. He's coming back
I
from.
popped my head through.
What happened? Don't come. No, you're not. You're not wearing a shirt. Escorting is a woman's choice, but prosecution is different. Yeah, because it sounds a lot better. The truth is, no man ever forced a girl. You know, maybe a man has, but whatever. That's what men do. But some women, you know, have you ever seen the Louis Theroux thing? Laws aren't real solid barriers. That can't stop anything. If they could, people would be safe by blaming the law. I don't know. Not broomstick, boomstick. Is it illegal for a man to sell his body? Yes, I think it is. I think it is. Men can't, I think it is. It's illegal for a man to sell his body, Chris King. Lewis is so street. How am I street? When police come for you, answer the door with no monitor on. What does that mean? When the police come for you, answer door with no monitor on. With no blood pressure monitor on. Yeah, well, why not? Say, hey, I can't talk to you, my blood pressure monitor. Louis Theroux is great, but he did a thing where he interviewed a woman who was a prostitute in West Virginia or something, and her husband was her boyfriend, who was her, whatever it was, her PIMP, said that he was beating her. He says, well, why don't you leave him? She says, I like that he beats me. Did you see that? I'm against that. One day, I hope Carnegie knocks on the door dressed as a police officer. Yeah, well, he looks a bit like a tall. I don't know if they're that tall anymore. Okay, we're all typing too quickly. I did the test. Sorry, I'm late with the result. It came out right liberal. Okay, what's the numbers? If you can see the numbers on top. I thought I was far right. Yeah, because people are always surprised. Like Lucy, she was surprised to be somewhat liberal, but she was. I have no problem with this in theory, according to Nate Virgo, but the country is so different to when my nan was young, when you could trust everyone, knew everyone, and felt like you belong. I'm not sure the country was that great, but it was a bit better than now. We're all strangers here. If I sold mine, it would be to medical science, Lewis. Selling what? What are you selling, Simon Arnold? What are you selling? Just tell the police you're a mentalist. I'm sure they'll understand. Yeah, I'm a bit mentalist. Some women can't be helped. Some women can't be helped. That's not very... You are a feminist, Lucy. You've said that here. Aren't you a feminist? And you're saying some women can't be helped. Some people can't be helped. Well, that's just the way it goes. We can't expect the police to look... You know what I mean? Some women do things they shouldn't be doing. Then they shouldn't be... So what, the police have to watch over everybody's social interactions? Slumbert says, hey, make some bad shows about your senility and show that to the police and the court later. Yeah. Well, I've been told by my son that I'm growing a bit senile. Okay, I can't find the number, Lewis. What number? I'm invisible. Feels like I am invisible. Every comment ignored by Lewis. That's not true. I just didn't see you. Sorry. Because you don't even have a picture there. Put a picture there. I'll definitely look at you. You want to be ignored. C2030. I don't mean to ignore you. Please, I apologize. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Is that the right shot? You want to iron that? Are you happy with
How
it?
quickly could it take to iron?
It take about 5 minutes.
Could you?
No. Go over there, take the ironing board and take the thing. Or you want to look in my clothes and take clothes out of my drawers.
Yours suck.
I know mine suck, and that's a nice shirt, but is that what you want to take? My body, Lewis, okay? All right. Carnegie has cop vibes. Do you have cop vibes? Cop. I don't think so, no. I don't think so. He's not as criminal as he was. He's never criminal. Okay. You don't have time. Is that going to be okay? Are they going to be upset with you wearing that? It's like he had to come in to get a change. He's slightly wrinkled. It is very hard to give my opinion about how I feel living in a strange country that I grew up in without sounding prejudiced or racist. I don't like being a minority in my own backyard. Yeah, we don't like it. We're strangers in our own land, and they're just letting in people who are a threat to this country. And some are lovely. I mean, people have said that I was a threat to this country. I hope I'm being lovely, but it should be your choice whether I live here. Should that be your choice? I think it should be your. If the cops come in while you were wearing a BP monitor, they'd poop themselves. I don't know if it was that funny, but maybe it was funny. Okay, what about Thinking Police board game as merch? Evade Thinking Police. Save Lewis. Yeah, how about that? I can't. That's a good idea, Slumbert. Yeah, good idea. Thank you, Alan Williams, for saying if cops come in and you were wearing your BP monitor, they'd poop themselves. Lucy says, I can't even see the other comments from you, Susan Stevenson. Some of them don't come through for some reason. Thank you for saying that, Lucy, because I have not been ignoring. And Kinsey can put a picture in, and we can all put pictures in. I shouldn't even talk to people like Lucy who just have a meme. I should only talk to pictures or Pete Transport. Kinsey says there are 47 people in this thing, so that's fantastic. Lucy, I've just looked too, can't find them. All right, why is that? Why can't you find them? There's no money that's been asking.
Where's the ironing board?
Ironing board's right behind here. It's right here, right there. Right there.
How quickly will it take?
It'll take you 5 minutes. I live in Portsmouth. It's a mess. It's a mess, yeah. Well, I live in Nunhead, and it's a mess. And it wasn't always... Don't do it here. Bring it around the corner. And my son has to do a bit of ironing. He's got to do a bit of ironing. Maybe certain words are censored. Yeah, a lot of words are censored. We're 2 hours and 2 minutes. Most places in the UK the same. Yeah, they've let in 20 million people into the country, or 10 million. It's underneath in the corner and down below, by the stove, on the other side of the stove. Okay, Lewis, you and anyone who comes to live as a denizen and contributes as a denizen or a citizen and contributes to the nation are the exact type of person to migrate. More the welcome. Even if you want to have your own country. You're just getting used to our country. We don't. I'm against open immigration. I believe in immigration, but I'm against open immigration. I'm against people being told that you're a bad person because you don't want unlimited immigration. I don't. Timmy, hey Timmy, how are you? Can you do me a favor? Can you put a picture of yourself in your YouTube meme? Lewis, you ought to calm down. I really mean it, for heaven's sakes. Yeah, I should. Yeah, because I'm here on my own. I'm here on my own. He's a drain on the NHS, Nate. I'm not. Am I a drain on the NHS? I'm not a drain because I practically don't even use the NHS. What do I use the NHS? They give me a CT scan occasionally. I don't use the NHS. I was heading to be a drain on the NHS because they gave me a CPAP machine, and that cost money. Timmy, where are you from, Timmy? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I lived in Scotland 22 years. I'm still an incomer. Yeah, and I'm not saying it should always be that way. And you should be nice to people, too. We should be nice to people. You don't use the NHS, Jules? No, I don't. I just get tested. The only time I had a problem was when I had sleep apnea because I didn't get the proper diagnosis of what it is. I don't have sleep apnea. Cambridge, fancy. England. There are 52 people. We're building up. It's going great. Is that I don't use the NHS because I had a sleep apnea machine. Who knows how much it costs for me to get one of those things? And I should have just been told I should go on a low-carb diet, and I wouldn't need that. But I was in really bad shape. And if I had not gone on a low-carb diet, I would have been, who knows, a heart attack or something.
How do you turn this thing on?
Okay. Give me a second while I turn this on for myself. Talk amongst yourselves. Here's how you do this. Move this over because that should be the other end. All right, that's going to fall off. Here's how you start.
No, that one.
Which way? This one. You sure? Okay. Put this over there. Put that there. This is like for lefties. Sit over here. Come on.
Is it on?
It isn't on yet. Here it is. It's got to be there. There it's on. Come over here.
I don't have time for it.
Okay.
I'm literally on.
I'm just going to show you how to do it. You do the top first. Can you see this? And then the arms. Let it heat up a second. There you go. What a nice boy. That's Carnegie there. America and Australia are fundamentally the same as the UK. Most of the same beliefs, religion, work ethic. I am stoked about that. It's them people from the middle world I don't like. Yeah, well, I mean, I like a lot of people. It's just a question of, you know, if you don't want them here and you haven't been asked, and then you're told if you do ask that that's not right. At the moment, I'm lucky in West Wales. Isn't all of Wales West? But it's trickling in here, and nobody is doing anything about it. I can see it changing daily. Mannequin. No. Susan. Okay, hey, Susan. You could see my messages on the TV screen. The last one you answered was an agreement that you're BP. That's the only one that I saw. You said I didn't see a lot of them, so that was the only one that I saw. Okay, what? Is it? And then do it the other way. Put the collar facing towards you, and then put the collar
I don't have time.
It's just make it easy, and then you go.
Can you help?
Okay, I got to help my son. He needs it for work. That's more important. It is more important, actually.
Yeah, then you're...
Okay, go. You have to watch me, though. You put this here like this. Here. You're a righty, right? You're a righty. So here we go. We pull it over. Actually, you should not iron this from the inside. I know it's not great, but it's better that way. It'll be good. No one's going to say anything.
You can just go over it.
Like that. Can you see how it's done? So you got everything like that.
It's not the inside.
Actually, you should iron from the inside, but you're doing it this way. This is fine. It's gonna be fine. I'll come and help you in a minute if you need help. I'm helping my son iron a shirt. I'm a great guy. Who thinks I'm a great guy? I'm a great guy. I like to eat meat, but why am this is N8 Virgo? Why am I forced to eat food that has been slaughtered in a horrific way just to appease people who don't belong here? Yes. Yeah, well, you're not forced to, but if the people vote on it, but I get the feeling you're not even allowed to think about it. Yeah, but people vote on it. But it's not a bad way. It's not a bad way. Especially kosher is a good way. Good evening, Lewis. Hey, Grant Peacock. Welcome to the show. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed seeing you on the GB News on Thursday evening. That's really nice. Thank you very much. And since then, I've been a regular follower of your live streams. Keep up the great work. Well, I want to thank you for coming out there and saying this. It means so much for me to say this, Grant. Grant, put a picture of yourself in your little round circle there, not just the G. Okay. And so that is really nice. Well, thank you for coming in there. Did you like the thing? Did you go over to the subscribe things? Have you all subscribed? Have you subscribed if you feel like it? Have you liked the stream? It's so important. So it could be good. Subscribing is maybe more, I don't know what it is. Like the thing. And even if you subscribe, like the thing. Hey, Leslie. Number two. No, it's Carnegie. It's Carnegie. It's my youngest son, 22 years old. But he's been asked back to work. I don't guess they didn't like his shirt. They wanted him to dress better. But, and then what's some other things you can do? Patreon, but you don't have to give me money. Okay. Hi, Lewis and everyone. Just popped in for a wee while. Thank you very much, Joy Earls. Thank you very much. Okay, we got 56 people. How great is that? How great? This stream, I mean, I've been having doubts the last couple of days that it hasn't been that good, but it is one of the best things that I've ever done, and I thank you. You've made this thing possible for me. I shouldn't be nice to you people, but you're nice. Okay, Ruben's in the chat. Not Columbo, but I love Columbo. I love Columbo. We can't say his name. He doesn't want me to say his name. Lewis Rand. It helps get you more. But I mean, people will think that I'm anti-immigrant, which I mean, I'm anti-people who want to destroy this country, whatever. But I'm not totally anti-immigrant. Let the people decide. Let the people know why there's immigration. There is immigration because the world globalist people don't like the idea of England. They don't like white people, whatever. That's racism coming at you guys. But or black people, or people who love this country. They want this country destroyed. Is that horrible? Judal's telling, make sure you put the A sound, Pete Transporter, in front of in front of the name. I cheat. My wife, I cheat. My wife does it, or I would be crinkly. Yeah, my son is doing the shirt. How does it look, Carnegie?
Can I just leave this here, please?
Yes, you can. I will pick it up for him. He's racing. He's going out to the thing. Okay, me too, Lewis. Orchestrated campaign. It's very deep. There's a very deep. People mean well. We want to help starving people. We don't want children to be killed. We want to let people into the country. But, what would the country be like if our population went down a little bit? All the stuff that oh my God, do I sound horrible? I hope I don't sound that. I'm okay.
You sound racist.
Do I sound that way, do you think?
No, you are.
Yeah, my son doesn't. My son thinks I'm not loving. I'm not.
You know what you want? You can be racist and have black friends.
Can you really? Is that what you say? Don't say that on the air because people will think that I am being this way. How about a religious organizations that has been granted planning permission to build a place of worship on one of England's beauty spots, but they have very few worshipers in the area. I know exactly when Nick talks about this. It's a question of why are they doing it? All right, why? We're not going to whip people up into a frenzy, but we all have a safe place. And if you're a member of one of those people and you want to come and live in this country, you know what I mean. You gotta. It's like what it is to be an American. Okay, what it is to be an American. If you love America, you're an American. It's the same thing with Britain. If you love Britain, you're British. Okay. We have to love this country. Imagine going to and trying to build a church, not on your nail. Yes, exactly. But that's not the reason why we're against it. Okay. Okay, who are you asking, Timmy? Remember, if we ask somebody Timmy's new to the show, but thank you very much. If you have a question, make sure we address it to someone. Okay? Make sure you address it to somebody. So like, hey, Laughing Steam. Hey, Nate. Okay, I have a table. Let me see. I missed some of the people here. I mean, people should have a right to vote on things and to speak openly. I'm a free speech absolutist. Don't ask Timmy this yet. He's brand new. We'll ask Timmy because some people think that they don't want to be asked that. Only 36 likes. Everybody liked the thing. There's 55 people here. Everybody liked the thing. It doesn't cost anything. Yep, sorry. It's a big itch to scratch. It's hard to keep up around here, Timmy. So reiterate what you meant on the question each time. Yeah, that's what you got to do. It's very hard because we're all talking to each other. Everybody's writing this thing. I wish you were all here and I could speak to you personally. Follow the show. It's the only thing that is real. Yeah, it's pretty real. It is pretty real. I mean, that was my son. He needed a shirt ironed. He's shirt ironed. There are limits. Imagine your glass, Lewis. It will only hold so much liquid. Well, do you know what that old saying is? Are you a glass half full people, or is your glass half empty? My glass is broken. My glass is broken. Max Richter. What about Max Richter? That was in the movie. Do you remember the movie? Can you imagine all 50 of us being there? It absolutely wouldn't be easier. It would be easier because we'd be in some order and I'd listen to the people and you'd want to, yeah, it wouldn't, probably, because people hear that, you're writing even though other people are talking. You would wait, everyone would wait. It's overflowing. What's our number? What number do we have here? What does Lucy say? Tammy, that's my favorite song. What song is that, Tammy? Okay. On the nature of delight, half full. We're at 46, 48. So what is the point we're making? 50. Simon always says 2 more. Do you do that deliberately just because you want to? 50. Alan Williams says 50. I love Tammy. Sing it a lot. Who sings Tammy? Joy Earls. Okay, it would be a pished up cacophony, Steve. Oh, Debbie Reynolds. Well, that's so old. 51. Lewis, on the nature of the daylight. Max Richter. Who is Max Richter? Who is Max Richter? Let me see if I have that. Here is the point. The point is, we have to know that there are two teams, and we're not part of that team. And we're proud to say we're part of our team. We're part of the pro-England team. It's like they did a poll in America, and they found out that all the Democrats, 90% of American young people, hate America, who are Democrats. But the people who are Republicans, gung-ho, gung-ho. Grand Peacock, I have a question for you, Lewis. The first question is, will these live streams continue for the foreseeable future, as I really enjoy them? Okay, that's a statement and a question, which is thank you very much for saying you enjoy them. If you tell me they enjoy them, they will continue. If I feel that people are liking them, I will do more of them. Okay, do you think we will see more of you on GB News on Thursday? I hope so. I like being on Thursday. I like being on Wednesday. I like being on every day. I like being on every day, and I think people seem to like me. And you guys go on GB News and you say, "Where's Lewis?" And that makes me feel good. You shouldn't do it too much. So I hope so. Thank you, Grant Peacock. Where are you from again, Grant? What place are you from? This show keeps going up and down. Yeah, it keeps going up and down. What keeps going up and down? The stream or the show? The show goes up and down. Basically it stays the same. We're at 55. We're at 50 to 55. Has your doctor told you that your heart rate is that of an athlete? Yes, they have. They've also checked me for slow heart disease. Yes, they have, of course. Not that they want to push the meds. Yeah, but they say, we don't care about your heart rate. We only care about the blood pressure. But if you multiply the blood pressure by the heart rate, I'm reasonable. I'm lower than if my blood pressure was 130, 120 over 100 over 80 or whatever it is. Don't be arsey with your punters, please. How am I being arsey, Schaffer? How am I being arsey? Who? I removed it when I saw you had already answered it, Nate. Okay, that was for Nate. Put a colon, put a whatever it is, an @ symbol in front of Nate. Okay, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, people. Thank you very much. Hit it so we got more people watching. New people are always good. Even if they hate me, I don't care. We can get into a nice argument. And there's a lot of diversity here. Not everybody agrees with me. I think I'm coming across as pretty extreme. I don't mean to be extreme. I think we should be nice to people who come to this country. But we should decide how many people come to this country. We shouldn't be told, you got to keep your mouth shut. Removing it doesn't remove it. It steamrolls straight on it. There. I don't know what that means. I'm looking good, Lewis, in the navy polo shirt. This is black. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I wore this the other day. I'm sorry. That is my point, Lewis. You are all good. Yeah, we're all good. All the shows are good. Do you have to what? Yeah, you do have to. No, I'm not even talking to you. I don't even know you're talking to me, Lucy. I just assume you're talking to me. But I just assumed that. Where are most of your followers from, Lewis? Where are they from? They're from all over. Mostly are from Britain. We got a couple, one from Denmark. We got one from Canada and a few from America. Mostly from Britain. Poll. Leave the ECHR or not? Can we hold off on that? Because I don't really even know that much about it. Why should the European Court of Human Rights or the European... Yeah. Lewis, I prefer that when you were here, rather than GB, I prefer this rather than GB News, but that's just me being selfish. Because the point is, if I'm on GB News, I'm on for like at most 10 minutes of talking, 10 minutes of being here, and you guys can't comment, and everybody is commenting here, and that's great. And West Sussex, yeah. And from Northern Ireland, that's that's not really a separate country. It could be a separate country. What are you saying? So you prefer it here? I prefer being here too. I mean, I'd like to be on GB News because more people watch it and I get into more trouble. Yeah. So Joodles is from Northern Ireland, but she's not living in Northern Ireland. Why are you from Northern Ireland? You're not living there anymore, but you're there. Leave. We shouldn't have someone else who... You're saying this. Leanne is saying this. Hold on a second. What are you saying? What are you saying, Leanne? Did you cut that off? Did you delete that or something? Daryl is from South Wales, and she's a woman, and you're a woman. South Wales. Thank you for correcting that. Steve Cuff, it's me. Health, you want to know. Okay. I'm from the God's country. Yes, New York City. Me too, Alan. Patrick controls it too much. Well, remember, there's a lot of crazy people on the show, and I'm crazy. I'm not saying I'm speaking for the people, but I'm trying to speak for a different voice. Leave, as we shouldn't have non-elected people telling us what to do. Believe in some human rights, though. Or we should leave. We should leave we should leave. And do you know what country invented human rights? America. But what is the second country? No, Britain. We don't need Luxembourg to tell us about human rights, or Slovenia or Slovakia or Spain. We believe in human rights deeply, and our government today is taking them away from us. And they're relying on the ECHU to help them take it away. We've made our own human rights. Well said. This is a country of human rights. The fact that I'm worried that the police are going to knock on my door because someone made a complaint, and I'm going to have to, that's an abuse. This morning, Slumbert said, my pet sloth had blisters under his 4 feet. I don't get that. This morning, my pet sloth had blisters under all 4 feet. I don't get that. Okay, you'll have to explain that to me. So Watteneyes was born in Somerset, but have lived in Cardiff and Oxford, but now back in Somerset. Yeah, it's beautiful down there. It's beautiful. Let's keep Britain, England beautiful. Lewis, you are giving a voice to the voiceless. Oops. I don't want to be political. I'm not political, but I know that that's what irritates people, and that's what makes people want to watch Lewis Schaffer. And whatever. Patrick is on too much. I do like him, but he's great, Patrick. He's having me on. In Patrick's defense, he needs to keep control. He's constantly told, please provide the balance to what Lewis Schaffer says. It's in his ear. He's got an earphone thing. And he says, don't stop going to the NHS because of my crazy thing about the NHS. Hi, Lewis. Thanks for your kind words. I am from a village in northwest Sussex, especially the countryside. Where is this? I've been to Sussex many, many times. We will all support you, Lewis, if the police come to your door. 2 officers versus 52 fads. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Exactly, Chris. Well, we need to support some other people who need help right now, whatever. Exactly, Chris. Born and bred in Northern Ireland. You don't have to say all of that. I do appreciate you saying that, but you don't have to say that. I'm not going to ask you to do that. Completely agree, because I'm a visitor, and you elected them, whatever these people. Where in West Sussex, though? That would be interesting to me. I don't think any presenter would be able to deal with Lewis without walking out. I think they can see it's all right. It's going to be all right. Susan Stevenson, did you see Oasis? I guess last night, all dressed up. I didn't see them, but did you see them? Did you see them, Susan Stevenson? Free entertainment shoodles. Hi, Grant. I'm from West Sussex. Let's say the name of the town. Maybe not the exact town, the town nearby, whatever. Would you be protected more than us if the police came knocking because you're an American? Maybe I would, or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe they say you got to get out. You've got to leave. You're not a citizen. Yet you have right to stay here. Maybe, you know what I mean? Also, maybe they'll be nice to me because they think they don't want to be embarrassed in America. They think because Americans actually believe that people have rights in Britain, the same rights as they have in America without the Constitution. So there you go. Hey, Galactus is here. Round of applause for Galactus. It's so good to see you, Galactus. I haven't made my mind up on you yet, Schaffer. Well, that's a good answer. You shouldn't, because there might be something that I'm against totally, Timmy. You don't know. But you can say I agree with a lot of stuff that you believe in, Lewis has diplomatic immunity. I don't think that I do, but I think that they would be nicer to me than they would be to you, because you're a working class guy from wherever, any class guy from this country. They think we're worried about social cohesion, and we don't want people to go off in their own way. I have, you have. He is a breath of fresh air. All right, well, I appreciate 57 people. A round of applause for the 57 people. So, yeah. Well, what don't you trust about me, Tibby? I don't trust you. You don't have your picture there. Let's put our picture in this. Rian, let's put our picture. Kinsey, everybody put their picture. Leanne, put your picture there. Joy Earl, everyone put their picture there. Make it a big picture so I can see how hot you are. And say I don't think I'm that hot. That's why I'm not going to put my picture in there. I will think you're hot. Totally failed on my laptop. It hates me, so I'm on the phone. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I mean I have a good computer because my son gave me his old computer, which is a very good computer. I've got diplomatic immunity. Undiplomatic. This is what I say. Yeah, I mean I go a bit too far. I'm not against. I'm against hating people, but sometimes you can think, oh, he's saying something to someone who hates somebody. I don't think people hate people. People have said bad things to me in this country, and they're allowed to. This is not my country. It's my children's country, but it's not my country. My uncle lived in Etchington, and we came to battle. It was very small, and I remember is that he ran over a cat. Oh, that's so tragic. Your uncle, my father, killed my cat, stepped on it, and he died. It was horrible. My father said that was one of the first touches of humanity I saw my father have, really. Probably did others, but I didn't really notice. My father killing a cat. That was really sad. I'm Lewis. We already have a big pic of you. What do you mean, of what kind of person I'm like? Okay, you're speaking to Leanne. Okay. Hi, Lewis. I'm not too far from Petworth, which is so beautiful. It's where a house that is popular for its rich history. Yeah, Petworth House. But it's also where what's his name lived. Churchill had a house down there. I went with my kids and even my ex-wife. I went there, and we were ex. And then I don't know. I'm late because I'm recovering from his assault by a fish. That's you, Jarrett. Well, welcome in there. It's confusing for Lewis when we all messaging between ourselves. Yes, but you can. You can. Don't worry about it. But if you put the person's name that you're doing, it makes it easier. Diplomatic made me think of Diplodocus noisea. That's a dinosaur. Yeah, I'm a bit of a dinosaur. We don't have Diplodocus in America. At least we didn't when we were kids. Lewis, you literally have your picture up now. Where is my picture? In your house. Where is it up? Where is the picture up? No picture because it's linked to my YouTube and I don't want to be identified. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay. I'm leaving Sam Eagle as my picture, as he looks rather like me. Who is Sam Eagle? I've heard his name mentioned before. How do I put my pick half on? I'll try. I think you've got to go to the settings. It's one of those things. Just put a picture. Maybe don't put a picture up. I'm not telling you what to do. I am telling you what to do. I'm only against overpopulation that comes here and that don't work. Not that the wonderful people who actually contribute their skills for the benefit of us all. I mean, yeah, they work. Of course they work. That's not the problem. That's not the problem is they're working. They don't collect benefits. That's not the problem. The problem is, Timmy, Lewis, that's awful. Could have been deliberate. I don't know what that is. What is that? What did I say that was horrible? Timmy. Petworth is lovely, near Horsham. Yes, it is. And I've been there many, many times. I used to drive there when I had a car. Name the person you're talking. Name the person you're doing. Yeah. Okay, my YouTube picture is Wick, Caithness. I've been there. That's as far north as you can get, Wick, isn't it? As far north as you can get. We now have 60. Fantastic. 60 people. We're going to need a bigger bus. In Petworth, there are 100 cats every square mile. Drive carefully. Yeah, drive carefully. Don't kill a cat. Don't kill a cat. Don't kill a human. Don't kill a cat. I don't know Horsham very well, according to Grant Peacock. Very well. It's a nice town filled with shops and a nice park. Horsham. Okay, no fish puns, please. It's giving me a haddock. Alan Williams, very funny. Lewis, you are still being harassed by diabetes, by the disabled. Sorry, I'm being actually. Let me see if I can see better with my glasses on. But I'm always telling people to take your glasses off. No, but I'll get a bit closer. I don't know. I haven't been online, but yeah, people are saying they use the C word to describe me, the PRI word to describe me, and I tell them I'm sorry, and it's just that doesn't matter. You can't have a It's not everybody. It's people who did not listen to the entire thing that I was saying, because I was basically saying there's no way to stop people from collecting disability. There's no way, unless you stop people from collecting disability. But that could be considered a horrible thing. We got to give everybody right now. 25% of the country asked for disability, or could claim disability. Is 25% of the country sick? And if 25% of the country is sick, okay, yes, Susan, I agree with you. 3 for 3. Oh my God, I'm going to give Susan an applause. You don't use glasses. Your brain gets used to them. They're using you, and the optometrist, the eye doctor, is using you. But the point is that anything I say could be considered to be a horrible thing if you want to believe that it is. And some of it might be horrible. Lewis, the bus is coming. Everyone is jumping. The bus is humping. Everyone's jumping. Hey, Jules, laugh out loud at Steve Cuff. In reply to Jedster, thank you, Grant, with a double-decker bus be big enough to fill these fans tonight, we can call it the Lewis bus. Yeah. 60 people. Can we get 60 people? Okay, yeah. All the money goes to the dentist. Goes on the dentist. What goes on the dentist? Jay Evans. The bus is humping. The bus is humping. I'm against going to the dentist. I've stopped brushing my teeth. I don't brush my teeth anymore because when you're on a high-carb diet and you eat meat cleans the teeth. It's like basically using a toothbrush. Okay, and if meat gets in between your gums, it doesn't cause tooth decay. We got a lot of people. Maybe we could have 2 buses. We have 2 buses, and I'd ride in one bus for a little bit, and then I'd come in the other bus, and we'd all switch around. Say, I want to be with Lewis. On the bus is a famous British sitcom. Where was it filmed, Timmy? Peckham. On the buses. Right down the road, Nunhead, right down the road. They used they didn't film it here, but they did the outside work out here. Horsham is lovely for sure. Okay. I'm glad to hear you enjoying Horsham too. Loving the show, Lewis. If I got to say I would watch this over on Sky and BBC, I'd call it the Lewis News. Well, what is the chance of this going on a major TV channel with the stuff that I'm saying? What is it saying? No. They would never let that happen. I'm sorry. I can't control myself because I don't believe I'm going to get ahead. So that's why I'm thinking to myself, why should I watch what I'm saying? I'm already bag sled. I've already bag sled the seat behind Steve and Leanne just for the audit trail. What does it mean to bag sled? Bagseed, bag sled. I can drive the bus if we've got one. I'm a Howvith. I have the bus license. You have a bus license, yeah. Okay. I'll have to see how fat you are. I'm not having any fat bus drivers because they've got type 2 diabetes, and then they get a heart attack. I love the dentist. Think I'm a bit sadistic. I like dentists too. You got to pay a lot of attention. I like when people bully me and drill in me. I like that too, but it's totally unnecessary, and it's a scam. Dentistry in this country is a scam. If you eat properly, you will not get cavities. You will not need a dentist. Anybody ought to argue that? Peckham, only fools and horses in Peckham. Yeah, that's true. That's down the road. Yeah, that's you know your things. Okay. Is the bus old-fashioned route master like in the summer holiday? Good question. What kind of bus should we get? Mainstream media is gone. YouTube, the future at present. Can we do mainstream media? No comment. Mainstream media, period, is gone. Capital U to YouTube. One word. Is the future at present? Yeah, it's the future. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? These things are never the future. They always die eventually. This podcast is more like a fever dream, Carrot. Thank you. Thank you. You should have been here yesterday. It was so bad. Wasn't the show bad yesterday? I shouldn't even say that because it's like when I'm doing my radio show on Mondays on Resonance FM. I always say this is the best show we've ever done because I don't know if the shows are bad. I don't know. Pete, oh, that's right. You're thin. You can be the bus driver. Well done, Pete, for losing the weight. Well done. Who's going to be the Merlin Hayes? Who is Merlin Hayes? I'm not familiar with that. It was great yesterday. Thank you, Kinsey. Oh, you put a picture up. That's brilliant, Kinsey. Yeah, it was good. I mean, there were good moments, but there were moments in the show where I just kind of lost steam. Because my son was there and he was frowning at me. I was thinking I was being a bad father. But I was a good father with my son, Carnegie. Was I not being a good father? Okay. I beg your pardon. You're in London. I see. Okay, I will subscribe. May's well. You're growing on me. Okay. You might as well. You may as well. You're going to subscribe. Thank you very much. So a round of applause for Timmy. Thank you very much. You can always unsubscribe. And I'm definitely guarantee you, people unsubscribe from me. They go, you know what? I thought he was a genius in the beginning. And now he's just horrible. He's horrible. So, you know what I mean? People coming, sorry, whatnot. I misunderstood you. But I'm in complete agreement with you in trying to remain PC. Okay. Well, that's a message to what tonight. My ex-boyfriend, I guess, retired from accountancy and took a job driving a disabled kids to school. He's 61. He went for a bus license and couldn't cope. It was too awful. What do you mean he couldn't cope? It was like too stressful because there were kids at schools? The show was great yesterday. Thank you, Alan Williams. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, Timmy, welcome to the Schaffer Club. Thank you very much. Or we could say, welcome to the Kinsey Club. This is Kinsey's Club. The double-deckers. Yeah, should we have a double-decker bus? I don't know. No, I don't think we should. I think we should all be on the same level, talking to each other, screaming at each other, singing songs. We shouldn't be the downstairs is better than the upstairs or whatever. You're a good dad helping your son out during your show. Family comes first. Yeah, but also, why did I do this? Because I also knew that you would understand it, right? Columbus, my son was on patrol yesterday. You know, because the shows we've been on for, we just thought that we've been talking too long. Lewis is going from strength to strength. This show is, yeah. I ate a double-decker earlier. Num num. Is that an ad? A double-decker is a candy bar, right? In this country. Yeah, okay, Joe thought the show was good. That's why I can't stop myself if I'm doing the show. Well, far too stressful driving an actual bus rather than his PSV. What is a PSV? Polysystem, whatever it is. Though we whatever, Lincoln Streets. So well done, Pete, getting his bus license at 60. Yeah, we're all in the game, Lou. I'm 68. We're all fighting for youth. And the way you fight for youth is you be young again. And how to be young. We be young again. What is that song that I love so much? About being young. Forever young. No, not that song. What's the other song? Could have been that song. So thank you very much. But what does that mean, PSV? What does that mean? Joodles. Okay. That film, The Big Bus, it was nuclear powered. It really would be a bang bus. Lovely picture, Leanne. Did Leanne put a new picture in? Tell me if you put a picture in, Leanne. Joodles, it was rather a big change of jobs. I took a redundancy from 28 years of working in the aircraft industry. Yeah, it's good. I was thinking about the aircraft industry just the other day. Yeah, it's a big change, and you want to go outside. You want to do stuff. Let's all make a change if we're unhappy. Let's all do something if we're unhappy. Okay, he's the show producer. We're not going to say his name. He also disapproves of the show. That's a recipe for success. Yeah, because he's been raised by his mother. He used to be so in agreement with me, my son. And now he doesn't approve of the show because it's too long. He's tired of hearing me talk. He wants his own space back. I understand. He's here. Personal hire vehicle. That's what it stands for. I didn't know that. PHV. Is that what it stands for? Every show is great and different. Thank you, Simon Arnold. Thank you for saying that to me. Personal hire vehicle. Okay. Who are you saying that to? Okay. I hear you, Pete. It was a huge change for him, too. A PSV is a van, Lewis. Okay, I didn't know that. I go in vans a lot. I take the van when I go to do my film work. Okay, I didn't know. A PSV. Okay, we're learning something. Thank you, Joodles. Passenger service vehicles, I believe. You'll have to tell me that again because my mind isn't as great, but it's good to hear that. It's good to hear that. Okay. May God bless and keep you always. And may you stay forever young. That's a really sad song. That's a really sad song. But there's another song that I was really into. It's good that he has his own mind. He definitely has his own mind. He definitely has his own mind. Because he got a lot of love and attention from me when he was a child. 57 watching, 46 likes. That's amazing. That's so good. So anybody else, anybody else wants to subscribe? I can't tell who's subscribed. Anybody? I don't know who subscribed. I don't know. It says on the mini feed. It doesn't say. Let's get those likes up. Yeah, it makes me feel good. You're crying now. No cry. Oh, you're saying to me, no crying. I cry a lot. Do you find that attractive, Joodles, that I'm crying all the time, that I'm such a simpy, wimpy guy? At the same time, filled with such hatred and bias. Fancy being on a show in which you don't get on with the producer. Well, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I didn't get on with him. And especially with yeah. Imagine somebody's looking at you and you're thinking he's angry at you. Columbus likes me, but doesn't like me to do 3.5 hours. PSV is out of date now. Now it's a Class D license. Okay, but remember, we're a bit older, so we need to have the old things. I'm my own producer now. I want to have Columbus here because he is good fun. He's a very bright boy. He's very similar to me. He knows on things in the world. He reads about every different country. He's really up on things. I really like that too. Madness did a song called Forever Young. Mark Radcliffe played it all the time on Six Music back in the day. Forever Young. That's an old song by somebody else. Oh, I deleted that one. Lucy says Nathan Virgo. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up. I'm 27. Are you 27 years old? Is that how old you are, Carrots? Is it break time? It should be break time. Should I have a break now, do you think? You should sell Lewis Schaffer cool t-shirts. If Lucy, I don't know why Lucy's not online here. I should tell her. There are 2 songs called Forever Young. Yeah. You can't trademark a song's name. That's not right. I mean, you shouldn't. Are you really 27 years old? That's so young. My son is 24. Not that you can't be okay 37, 47, 57, 77, 87, 67, 50. You can be young at any age. Okay, Lucy is here with me. Oh, there you go. I was looking both. Be careful. Be careful. She's a hot one, Lucy. She's a hot one. I don't know if you know why I said that. Maybe I'm a bit jealous and envious that Lucy is there with you. How are all the Schafferettes doing today? Yeah, ask the Schafferettes. I'm gonna go get a drink for a second. Okay, do you mind? Or just go to the bathroom or something. Just walk in the other room, look, see what food there is, and because I didn't really eat enough. I normally eat a lot by the time the stream goes. Okay. Iced tea. Does Iced Tea have a song Forever Young? You know what? I'm not going to get any more food because it might make me tired. Food affects your mood. I'm going to write down what I had before. Let's see what's going on. Oh no, I don't think you did. Maybe you did. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just stay there because John wants to know if I left his house there. No. Commentate as you go. Okay, I'll talk over here, but I'm going to the other room because my friend John, who was here before, he said, I wish I had a song played music, but he said he said he might have left his coat here, so I'm going to look for his coat. I'm going to look for his coat. John's coat. I'm going to the other room. I'm going to the other room. Okay, I'm looking. Okay. Yeah, he left his coat here. And it's a nice coat. I like it. It's one of those coats. I don't even know what this fabric is called. It's like a heavy-duty cotton fabric. Oh, he's a big man. That's too. Yeah. He left his coat. It doesn't fit me. It doesn't fit me. So I told him. Anyway, is this one of the famous Lewis Schaffer breaks we're taking? Yeah, because I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to be. It's by Camel Active, my friend's coat. Yeah, it's one of those breaks. Lewis is a carbohydrate. Well, everybody's got carbohydrates. Yes, that's true. There's 5% carbohydrates in the liver. Yeah, hi Lucy, back. Okay. He eats more carbs than all of us combined. A case could be made that I do eat a lot of carbs. I do. I mean, yesterday I didn't, and the day before, and I'm not going to eat a lot tomorrow. I am actually losing weight. That's the most important thing. Of only Ayrton Senna had the breaks that Lewis has. I mean, I saw a documentary about the guy. It was a tragedy. He died. You ever see the Senna documentary? I'm not even into automobile racing, but I just loved it. Yeah, I've had breaks in my life. I've had privilege in some ways. I grew up in a really beautiful town. That's privilege. Both my parents were, I guess, married for the entire time. That's privilege. I can't keep the coat, Kinsey. Okay? Moleskin trousers. Maybe this is called moleskin. Anyway, I've had a lot of breaks. I've also had bad things happen to me. So, I've had bad things. But nobody has an easy life. Even the people who have an easy life, like Prince Andrew. We like to even mention his name. Okay? He did not have an easy life. In his mind, he was the brother to the future king, to the king. That's not an easy life. Horrible. We need the intermission sign and maybe some incidental organ music. Yeah. Would that keep people? Like a 5 minute, like a song, like something that says 5 minutes or something? Let me see how to do this. Let me see if I can do this. A new scene. Hold on. We'll take a thing. A new scene that says 5 minute toilet and toilet break. How about that? Is that what I should write? Okay, 5 minutes. Okay. How do I write on this? Okay. Full screen. Okay. What jobs have I had, Lewis? We can talk about that a little bit later. I deleted it. A knee-jerk reaction. What did you delete, Nate Virgo? Wouldn't work. My bad. Yeah, sometimes jokes don't work and you got to delete them. That doesn't mean you're a coward or something, but you could say a joke and you could say that's the wrong joke for my audience. Okay. Elevator music for the break. Yeah. You like the chair. Who's saying they don't like the chair? Oh, dear Jesus. See you, chums. Okay. A 5-minute bratwurst break. I had bratwurst the other day, and then we had an hour of a bad show. How many viewers do we have on here right now? Thanks for sharing. I'll remember Prince Andrew in my prayers tonight. Yeah. He's like, he's sitting there thinking, I'm just a prince. Nobody's watching me. I can do whatever I want to do. You know, somebody introduces me, somebody I've met who seems like a good guy, and he says, I've got a woman from America who wants to meet you. She's 18 years old, and she's really pretty, okay? And she wants to meet you. And you're lonely. Or not even if you're lonely. He is a creep. He is a creep, yeah, but what is the thinking of Prince Andrew? Why was he with that girl? Because he was a minor royal. They didn't care. He just thought no one's watching. Like, I think no one's watching when I flirt with all the women here. I think no one is watching. No one is watching. Thank you, Simon Arnold. 44 people watching. I don't think anybody's watching. Do you think anybody's watching you? You don't think so. So you think, how much harm? My wife doesn't love me anymore. That's what he's thinking. And here's a girl who likes me, and I've had a few drinks. You just go, okay. You were being sarcastic. I'm being serious. These are questions. These are moral questions we all think about. Leanne, thanks for the help. It's good to help each other. I told you I'm a dinosaur. Okay, that's what Steve Cuff said. I missed that whole thing. I missed that. Is there a brat best? There used to be bratwurst. Bratwurst, brat best. Funny. Okay, maybe put an exclamation point afterwards. Game for a laugh. Watching us, watching you, watching. Yeah, I don't know. That's a song, right? I know it is not well liked view, but I think he has been scapegoated a bit. Okay, let's discuss that. Has Andrew been scapegoated? He doesn't have any. He just costs them money. He's living in a big house that the king could give away to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He's embarrassed people because there are lots of people in Britain who hate the royal family. Okay? Lots of people who hate the royal family. Stop while you're already behind. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it because I know people are going to hate me. I know Lucy is going to hate me because she's going to think, oh, you're a misogynist, Lucy. Judels is going to hate me because she's saying I'm a misogynist. Yeah. Because you want me to say the right thing. First of all, I'm not a royalist. Yeah, but is he a great guy? No, he's not a great guy, but I think Andrew thought he would never get caught because of the way the world was, but arrogant to the future works changing. Yeah. I don't think he thought it. He didn't think it. Nobody thought it. Nobody knew what was going on back then before the internet. Stop while you're ready. Okay, yeah. I like the Queen, but now she's not here. I can live without them. That's basically you're an anti-royalist. I didn't like the Queen. The King is, I think, worse. Okay, my friend John's going to pick it up tomorrow. I'll be about. He sent me a message. Wait until Trump, Bezos, Gates, and Musk get ousted for being at the parties. Laugh out loud. Well, which parties? Kerry said she can't be bothered with Andrew. Well, because what has Andrew done? He hasn't done much. But he's collecting the government's. He's like the BBC. He's collecting our money, and he hasn't done much. You may be a misogynist, but if you're honest about it, women can decide. A woman can decide for herself whether I'm a misogynist. Well, a lot of people don't even like you talking in misogynistic ways or things that maybe question certain situations or that could be perceived as that. I just don't like the rest of them. I don't, says Kinsey. It doesn't make me anti-royalist. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. You gotta reject them all. I can't be bothered with any. Okay. Let's see. That'll be 2 visits to expect from the police. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You said something bad about somebody in a free country. I don't know. I mean, it's a very interesting question. Okay. Archie. She was the glue, the queen. I'm not a royalist, says Steve Cuff. And they mean nothing to me, but Charles has less balls than her. Yeah, because he's even more of a globalist. Remember what the royal family is. They represent the Commonwealth. And even King Charles represents all these countries around the world. He wants to be a global leader. Like the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church should stand up for Catholics. The king should stand up with I shouldn't talk like this. I'm a bit tired, so I might say something horrible. I've heard Queen Elizabeth, according to you, Jared, was pretty much universally liked by staff. But Andrew, I've only ever heard bad anecdotes about the guy. Arrogant and unappreciative. Yeah, so he's arrogant and unappreciative. What? You've got to be liked by people to avoid being accused of stuff like this and have to pay someone £20 million? I heard Stephen Hawking apparatus didn't work, and they flew to Epstein Island, and he could not say no. That's Slumbert. That's a good joke. I laughed. I hated it when King Charles said he was a defender of the faiths. Of the faiths. Did he say that? Yeah, of the faiths. What a weak man. Not right. He should be a defender of one faith, one people, one country, one football team, Crystal Palace. Although Hawking was a quote-unquote, he loved the V. That's what they say. He loved the V. And I'm going to go a step further with Hawking. He was a total physicist idiot. Total. I read his book. It was indecipherable. Anybody who believes in black holes and that stuff is totally wrong. Steve says, you're not being horrible, Lewis. You're being honest with us. Yeah. I mean, but I can't interfere with you having a royal family. This is not my country. If you want to have a royal family, you can have a royal family, but you should have a vote on it. You should you should care about it. I don't like the Charlie boy. He is the WEF king. He is a net zero lover. Yeah, which is destroying this country. They want to destroy this country, net zero. And then he builds a city in the middle of green fields down there in Cornwall or Devon or whatever it is. Editor of The Spectator attended a dinner at Windsor. Andrew walked into the dining room. Nobody noticed. He shouted, well, try that again, shall we? He walked out and back in for applause. That sounds like a Schafferian thing to do. That's like something that I would do. I would do that. I want people to pay attention to me. It's pretty bad when you were once people paid attention to you and now they don't. Or even whatever. Black holes are real. Ask Rachel. Yeah. Okay. Good joke too. Yeah. Hawking didn't claim Pip though. No, he shouldn't have claimed Pip because he made so much money. And the reason why he couldn't move his arms or talk or anything like that, because he never got out. He was like lazy. He got more attention by being that guy. Okay, Leanne says, I'm not religious, but we are a Christian nation, and I believe our country is and should stay that way. I like it that we are multi-religious national as long as we keep our values and culture. And I'm a Jew, and I agree with you, Leanne. This is a Christian culture. Whatever. But Christians shouldn't be forced to be embarrassed. King Charles, according to you, Jared, should be the defender of the Picts, the Celts, etc. Lewis would make a better king. Yes, I would make a better king, because I believe we should fight for the people who are living here and their history. I do now. I'm getting all worked up. I'm getting all worked up. Okay, but that's a funny story about Andrew, who said that. I forgot already. This is my memory is shot. But that's what Lud said. Thank you, Lud. Yeah, he did that. Okay, he did that. Well, I do that when I walk into a place. If you've seen me at the any kind of comedy gig, I walk around waving my hands so that people. No, it's pathetic. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. I used to do that on the headliners. I used to walk in and want people to pay attention to me. Most of you do too, because we didn't get enough love and attention. And Andrew had the queen who thought it was more important to be queen than to be the father of her children. And that's why I don't like. That's the main reason. She went to South Africa on a boat for 6 months without her child, her little newborn baby. How you could do that? That makes me cry. The queen did that. She might have been trying to be a really good queen, and she was afraid because I'm a woman that I won't be treated like Queen Elizabeth I, right? And also look at it this way. I mean, I don't want to say negative things about the queen, but mothering is the most important thing in the world. It's even more important than fathering, but we can do it together. Maybe they're both important. I believe in mothering. I believe in dropping everything so you have a nice kid. My kids are well behaved because I paid attention to them, and the mother too a bit. Okay, I went to say goodbye. You went. Where did you go? Not a major royals, but I have much respect for her. Okay, you can. Who's the king of comedy? Yep. Too many. Can we remember Slumber? We're in this country, two. If you mean too many, it means you got an extra O. Too many O's. Two, T-O-O. That's how you spell two. Too many carbs would also be my first guess. To who? You're saying that's Alan. What did Alan say? Imagine King Louis. Yeah, imagine that. That would be like really horrible. Louis Prima, King Louis. Well, Louis Prima means Louis the First. That's what I thought. That mostly Andrew was annoyed. His actions were arrogant. He did not do it for comedy effect, according to that editor. Well, we don't know. It's like the same way people said I said what I said about disabled people. I did it to hurt the disabled. Things could be said, but they didn't like. That's why it's important to be liked. I want people to like me. I just hope you like me, I hope you like me. I want you to like me. Leanne, Steve Cuff says, she put up with a lot of SHI from the family and managed to keep her self-control. She was an amazing woman. She was one of the greatest people in the history of the world to run the country for all this way. But remember how big Britain was in 1947 when she took over, and how small it was when she died. Who was the baby the Queen left 6 months for? No, it was Charles. Okay? And then her third kid, I'm not going to say. Too many carbs. What? What are you giving to many carbs? What does that mean? You have to repeat that. The Queen had no choice, Lewis. She was 15. She was not 15. She wasn't 15. She'd have loved more. Was she really 15 when she had the kid? No, I don't think she was 15. Was she 15? Joodles, make sure. And maybe that's right to have a kid. And when you're 15, I'm not against. She was 15 when her daddy died. That is true. But when she had her kid, she was a bit older than 15. Yeah, Lewis should get the ticking stick to go with his new kid. What does that mean? Lewis should get a ticking stick. What is a ticking stick, Pete's Transport? No. She took part in the war. Well, look at Prince Charles. Look at her dad. Who was her dad? George the Sixth or something. She took part in the war effort. Had the stiff upper lip. She was great. Charles couldn't lace her shoes. Yeah, because Charles didn't get the love he needed. That's why Charles married his mother or whatever. Am I allowed to say that, or is that slanderous? She wasn't 15 when her daddy died. How old was she when her daddy died? 1953. She wasn't 15. That is not true. Joodles, we rely on you. Yes, she was older when she had Charles, but she promised to serve. You know what? I promise to serve people, but that's not my responsibility. Aristocrats have never spent much time with their children. Yeah, and that's why the children are just horrible. Lucy. That's why they're children. She was 25-year-old when she assented, 27 when she coronated. How old was she when she had him? When she had Prince Charles? How old was she? Lewis, her dad died when she was in Africa. Yeah, that's something different. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying how she had the kid. She had Charles. How old was she when she had Charles? When she left Charles for 6 months and went away. I'm not bad mouthing. This is how people get arrested for stuff like this. I'm not bad mouthing the Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Google it myself because you guys are horrible. You guys are absolutely horrible. I'm gonna Google Queen Elizabeth because you're not giving me the answers and I can't waste my time looking for the answer. Queen Elizabeth II Wiki. Okay, I'm sorry, it's Wiki. Okay. Okay. We're not thinking anything. No, don't think anything. Hey, Adam, how are you? Don't think. Let's look. Good to see you. Welcome back, Adam. Did you like this feed? How many people are watching? She was 20. She had Charles in 48. She was 22. Was she the queen then? She was married well before she was queen. Okay. She was 22. She had the baby, right? And was she queen already at that time? What year did she become queen? She was born in 26. And she became queen. She was 26 So she wasn't even queen. She wasn't even queen when she took him to the whatchamacallit. When she left him behind, a newborn baby who needs the love of his mother. As a publicity stunt, says John Van Dam, we should all report Lewis to the plot for calling for genocide on the disabled. He'd then be on a load of TV shows. I could be on Free Speech Nation even. And if it happens, when streaming, it would go viral for sure. Yeah, don't do that, please. Yeah, maybe do it. Lewis would probably impose a death of love penalty. Yeah, on the Queen for leaving her kid behind. She just has a baby. The baby is this big. How much did he weigh? She became the queen in 52. Okay? So she had Charles in 48. So, but whatever. But she ascended at 25. Okay. So basically, she was 22 years old. She had Charles. And she's pregnant. And she schedules a trip. And she has Charles. She has the baby. And she goes. She doesn't say, listen, I can't go because I just had a baby. Is this true? Am I saying anything? She was not far. What is about 15? So I have no idea how Lewis keeps up with all of this chat. I'm getting confused myself. Ken Dodd, the Queen. I didn't speak about Ken Dodd, though my hat was sort of a bit like Ken Dodd. Let's go here. We'll go here. Okay. Okay. I'd be on TV lots of shows and end up in jail. Look, yeah, Tommy Robinson went to jail, and we saw, and he got more supporters. Lucy Connolly's in jail. I mean, it's bad. It's bad for her. She's a mother. Horrible. Okay. She had great nannies to look after her. You know something? We got to take after we got to have a loved one there. She got married, had the boys, then her dad died, and she became the queen. Is that what happened? Lewis would love jail. No horrible women. Thank you, John Van Dam. You want to put a picture of yourself up there or some other kind of icon, otherwise the J. I wouldn't love it in jail, but I would probably like it because I feel like I'm in jail wherever I am. And it's so great to like walk around and like make friends with people. I went to the university that I went to, the college that I went to, had 600 people in this college in the middle of nowhere, and I loved it. I've been on planes that have been trapped on the airport for 4 hours, and I loved it. I've been COVID. I loved COVID because I was locked in place. I could just complain and complain. I complain. Imagine if Margaret had been queen. Could have been. Yeah, could have not been that good. Can we please start the next episode with a Wikipedia page on Queen Elizabeth? This is either an embarrassing display of his historical illiteracy or a complete wind-up. Am I being historically illiterate? I'm going to write down the Queen Elizabeth stuff. Queen Elizabeth. Okay. Mallet's mallet. What does that mean? Okay, I just jumped in on that. Lucy, I think you should be free. What did Lucy say? Me in prison, yeah, I would probably do it. But would they do me? No. No, that's the problem. That's the problem of being, I mean, people are a lot more flexible. I'm not saying I'd be gay. I'm against homosexuality in public and for people to know about. But prison is legitimate because men like a cuddle too. We want to be loved. Okay? Yes, her uncle abdicated and married a Yank. And her father had to take the throne. Yeah, well, what was happening there? He's supposed to have a kid and he married a woman who was too old and a divorcee. And not only that, if you want to see an amazing TV program, watch the letters to, what's her name? What is the girl? What is that girl? What is her father's name? The American. I forget her name. I need to take a break. I need to have a break. Find out who that woman is. That the Queen's uncle. That the guy who was king, who had to resign. What his wife's name was? Martha McGee. What was her name? What was her name? Martha Lewis. Don't what, Kerry? Don't what? I'm taking a 2-minute break. I don't know how to put this 5-minute toilet break. Can you hear me? Yes, Wallace Simpson. The letters that Wallace Simpson sent. She was basically wanted to be the queen's mistress. Have you seen this? I forget what it's called. It's a most amazing show because Mrs. Simpson, that was not a 2 minute. I'm going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to come back and talk to this. I'm sorry. This was such an amazing thing. I'm just going in for a minute. Everything is good. I'm hanging out. Okay, I'm coming back. This is so much fun. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm saying. I can't read any of what you're saying. We're going to talk about the king's mistress. No, this is something else. I'm going to Google this. It's on YouTube. It's a video. It's about letters to, what are them? Wallace Simpson's letters. Okay, remember. So Wallace Simpson is an American woman. She's in Britain, and she meets the future king and starts having an affair with the future king. And the king is married, and she's married. And she says to her husband, guess who I'm hanging out with? And her husband goes, the king? Whatever, it didn't happen that way. But she tells him, I'm banging the king. It wasn't 2 minutes. The reason why it's not 2 minutes because I don't want to eat any food. We'll eat later, okay? And she is like, she says yes. And she feels actually bad about it because she actually loves her husband. And she doesn't love this loser. Who she thought was a loser. Wallace Simpson. She's related to me. Wallace Simpson. Okay. Letters, documentary. Okay. Wallace Simpson, The Secret Letters. The Secret Letters. Is this what it's called? It could be two of these things. There's two of them. Secret Letters of Wallace Simpson by Hunt Laird. The Queen of a King's Heart. You have to go to this thing. I think I'm not sure which of these it is. This one has. This is the thing. Wallace Simpson. Let me see if I can find what this is. This is. Can you see that? Wallace Simpson. The Secret Letters of Wallace Simpson documentary. Okay? Who has read that? If you've seen that, say yes, because it was amazing. And it really showed, I liked it on a couple of levels. It showed how incompetent the royal family is, because I'm an anti-royalist, I'm sorry. It showed how evil this woman was. Okay? And what happened is, according to this thing, is that she's having an affair. They all had affairs back then. All she wanted was to have an affair. She didn't want him to get divorced. Right? Can you hear this? Can you hear me? Are you listening to this? No one's listening to me. Okay? Okay. She didn't want him to get divorced. And then she just wanted to fool around with the king and basically be the king's guy. Are you listening to any of this? You're listening. Okay, one person says he wasn't married. Okay, right. She did not want him to stop being king. And when he stopped being king, it was like a blow to her heart. USCHM *UK C, whatever it is. You're here. Thanks for saying that, Steve. She didn't want him to get divorced. You idiot. How do you get divorced? I want to be married to the king. I don't want to be married to some unemployed English guy who says he loves me. That's the way women are, or a lot of women. They'll say, like Rose used to say to me, I'd love you if you weren't a comedian. Maybe she would. She might have. Anyway, but Wallace Simpson wanted to wanted just to hang out with the future King of England, but King, whatever what was his name? King, not King George is the other one. What is his name? Not King George. Yeah, they never count the royals and the unemployed, but they are unemployed, and he would have been totally unemployed and he was kind of, and they didn't want him around because he was a whatever it was. Remember Charles's remark after the divorce from whatever. May I remind the archbishops that the Church of England is founded so Henry VIII could get divorced. Liked him there. Yeah, that's a very good thing. Yeah, he's right. But basically, so she says to him, I want to marry the future whatever King of England. I do not want to be hanging out. First of all, I'm divorced. But as soon as he quit the throne, she had to get divorced, and she was not happy. She was a divorcee once, but she had a second husband, and like most women, they're happier with their second husbands than they are with their first husbands. Am I right? My real wife is happier with her new kind of husband. Okay, and yet she stayed with him for the rest of his life. Lucy. I'm going to block Lucy. Yes, she did, because she had no choice, really. She had no choice, but she was not happy. And the letters prove it. King Edward is a potato. Is that his name, King Edward? Chris King, maybe they can move in with Lewis then. Are you saying that I'm wrong? What are you saying here, people? First of all, you don't even know this story. You don't even know the story because they don't publish this stuff here in this country. But you can get it in this country. YouTube, Secret Letters of Wallace Simpson documentary. Watch that. And she was writing tons of letters to her husband. I'm going to learn this story, yeah. I mean, women, yeah, you can do what you want to do. Secret Service keeps a close watch. As if my name was Kennedy. Yeah, they should keep a close watch. Chris, you need a place to stay. You come in and live with me. I'll kick my kids out. Yeah, we do know it. We're just being contrary. Yeah, you're contrary because English people are the most contrarian people on earth. You are. You know what you are? You're obstinate. You don't want to be told what to do. That's the amazing thing. You don't want to be told what to do. Okay, are you asking me this question? Explain to me how you can go from Diana to Camilla. Because Camilla was cheating on her husband. And cheating affairs are always more interesting to everybody. They want to do it because we're cheating. We don't need anybody to know we're cheating. We don't want cheating. And so that's what happened. And Diana was like so different than Charles was. Like he's like a stick in the mud. Like you couldn't bend him, let alone, and I think he thought, here's what happened. Here's what happened. King Charles thought, I'm the king, I'm going to be the king, I can have affairs. He didn't realize the world had changed. He couldn't have affairs. Okay? Have you been to the Wallace Museum? No, I haven't. I was planning on going. I've heard it's amazing. The Wallace Museum, Simon Arnold. What am I saying? I'm saying this. I'm saying King Charles thought he could have enough. How many people are listening, everybody? Can you tell me how many people? Okay. King Charles thought he could have this pretty young girl and be with his older, not that he thought she was older, but his girlfriend, number one. He thought he could do it all. And Diana said, no, you can't do it all. And she's giving him a hard time. 39. Okay. The second thing is that men would rather have a quiet, calm woman who lets him be himself than a super hot chick. And that's what Camilla was so loving to the guy. She wasn't beautiful. So beauty is not everything, ladies. Being nice is everything. Okay, we're going to end at 8:30, unless you have something else to say. Okay, because we've gone from 55 to 40. 40 is a good number, but I want to thank you. All you guys are going out. We'll see you tomorrow. What time will we see you tomorrow? Let's discuss that first. What time will we see you tomorrow? We're at 40. If I was Charles, I wouldn't have given Diana. Why not? You didn't think she was that attractive. I was with her, the woman who played her in the whatchamacallit? What is it called? Court. What is it called? What was it called? Diana was the arranged marriage. Camilla was the one true love. Yeah. And they just had that 20th anniversary. Firm wouldn't let him marry her. Yeah. Yeah, maybe he was right. Not to marry. Because being the royal family is more important. Okay? 5 p.m. makes the last 2 hours of work fly by. That's tomorrow. It's Sunday. Lewis Schaffer, his story in history, Livestream. Yeah, I'll tell you my history. Is there anything I haven't told you? I'll tell you everything. I don't know, that's good. But yeah, you are right. You are totally. She wouldn't let him marry her. But here's the thing. Yeah, and he thought, okay, I'll marry her, but I'll be able to have kids, and I'll have 2 wives. That's the way men think. I think about having 2 wives. You don't think that I'm not thinking about having 2, 3, 5 wives of you girls here, and a couple of guys too. That's what men want. We want to have everything in our cake and eat it too, and we can't. We can't have multiple women in our lives. We want to have multiple women in our lives, but we cannot do it. We can't. Okay? You're not thinking of having 2 wives, Lewis. I am. I'm thinking about having more than 2 wives. Multiple women. I'm thinking because women love me. They love me. And they don't care if they don't have me 100% of the time. Okay, cake has carbs. Yeah, that men are different than women. Women will be with a. You can't have two. You can't have. I mean, you could have multiple wives if you made a lot of money. If you were really alpha male, if you were top dogs, multiple husbands, they'll put up with that. But usually no. And even if he's the royal family, they're not going to put up with it. Lewis is admitting he wants a harem, which is why he has set up a harem here on YouTube's at the Kinsey Club. It wasn't the reason why, but it's a good benefit. I've never read the Book of Mormon. Yes, it says it in the Book of Mormon. That's what they do. But it's still most women today, they won't put up with having multiple women. Only if you're deaf, it's a good idea to have more than one wife. Yeah. He thought maybe Diana would just let him get on with it. But she wouldn't let him get on with it. So we're going to meet tomorrow at 5. Is that what time we're going to meet tomorrow? Who's going to see your wife's needs, Lewis? Okay, so, yeah, that's a problem for me. Yeah, my wife's, no. No, I don't have, No, but maybe they don't want needs that way. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you got me, Lucy. You got me. How am I going to make 2 women unhappy? But you know what? It's just as easy to make 2 women unhappy as one. He wasn't allowed to marry her for all those years ago. Sad for the obvious royal reasons. Yeah. What did Galactus say? Did I miss him? Lewis is, okay, I want a harem. I mean, I didn't have a harem, but yeah, it's nice to be liked. That's what we want. But you're not, like, I would never share you, Lewis. Kerry P. See, this is the problem. You'd never share me. Lola, would you share me? Joodles, would you share me? Lucy, would you share me? Would you share me? No, I don't think you would. That means you don't love me. Absolutely, Slumber. We need a Paul Cox on the show. He will set things straight. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I might do it with two images. What do you think? Would that work? Me and Paul? It's just as easy to disappoint many women as it is one. Yeah, that's what I said. I said it there. It's just as easy. I disappointed my wife, and I wasn't cheating on her. She thought I was cheating on her. I wasn't. Yes. 2 is plenty. Theresa is a crowd. Who is Theresa? It's been great. It's been a great stream. Has it been a good stream? It's been a really good stream. I've really enjoyed this one. I would say this is one of the best streams we've had. So I want to thank you very much. I've said some horrible things about the royal family. I've said some things about immigration. I don't want people to think that I'm anti-foreigners. People shouldn't be treated with respect. They should be treated with respect. But also the people living here should be treated with respect. What are you saying, Joe? I'd never share you. Joe would never share me. Yeah. Well, I'm also don't want to share you. And I could never, Joe fight. Steve is laughing at Steve. I think the world is a little more balanced after today's stream. Yeah, well, maybe it is more balanced. We don't hear this on the TV. Do we hear this on the first Enoch's harem? Yeah, the first guy who has multiple wives, and people are wondering, why does he have multiple wives? That guy is not is a eunuch. Yeah, the royal eunuch, maybe Enoch. The royal family was a good subject to discuss. Lots of different views. Yeah. Okay, we can discuss that tomorrow. You want to discuss the royal family tomorrow? I find it really interesting because I'm an American and I'm really, really, really against it. It's been lovely. Stay upbeat. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Archie. Thank you, Steve Slumbert. Thank you, Chris King. I'm not reading anybody's message, but I'm gonna put you on the end stream page, and you can write some stuff in as much as you want to, right? Okay, thank you, Kinsey. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Galactus. Mark. Fantastic. Lola. Really great. Really, I think you guys. I think you as an audience. We hit almost 60. Did we hit 60 or 50? That's a lot of people watching some crazy guy like me just sit here doing my son's shirts, knocking off a thing of water. Just you've been great. Have I forgotten anything? Chris King, thank you, Chris. Nate, Virgo, you've been great. Okay, ready to go? Let me just say goodbye. I should have Paul on. I love Jedster, Rachel Ludd, Alan Williams, everybody here. Wantanai, thank you for coming in. Chris Dobson, a harem. I'm calling it now. Next week, Lewis will have an fans accounts. Yeah. Simon Arnold, thank you. I'm going to send you a message. Leslie, there you are. You Jarrett. Okay, thank you so much. A round of applause for Eunuch Powell. Yeah, Eunuch Powell. Very funny. Very funny. Lucy. Could I have 2 wives or 3 and say, you're my first wife, you're my second wife, you're my third wife? Could I do it that way? We'll talk about that the next time. All right. Best show ever. This has been really good. Thank you very much. I didn't mention this. I'm sorry. I'm back a second. Go. Say go subscribe. Go say I like the live stream. Go to yeah. Do those things. I'm not back. I'm gone. Like this thing. Let's see how many we can do. You guys have been amazing. Okay.